No, yeah, you doing a homebrew sounds fun. I'm down with that. Truth be told, I am working on a homebrew setting of my own, but it's far. I've been having a lot of fun playing around with switching up like some of the racial uh, archetypes and things like that. Like I want to do dwarves, not so much as like living in mountains and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I want to have dwarves who like are the woodland kind of dwarves, like you see like in Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, who are like
Oh,
more in tune
okay.
with nature, and elves who are the arcane supremacists.
So got it. So they're gonna be
So
the
like
elf supremacy like in Skyrim.
Tolkien's
Something like that.
Tolkien's atmosphere or no?
A little Tolkien-y, but the dwarves are like druidy. Druids and rangers are like the most common kinds of dwarves that you would find.
Gotcha.
And also have orcs not as like the stereotypical like barbaric like race. I want to have them like as like a shamanistic, like very spiritual kind of, that
Yeah.
just so happens to always be at odds with humans.
I mean, humans are horrible people, so
Yeah.
makes sense.
This homebrew will be fun because like you always know who the bad guy is and where you gotta go, but you
Oh
know you're
yeah.
not strong enough to do it yet.
Cool.
So
I think that's
it's very sandboxy. It's like, yep, I got a world and you do what you need to do.
yep. I kind of like that as a selling point for Hell's Rebels too. Is that like it's very easy to know that like okay, you guys are the good guys and you're fighting against like the like the Empire basically or the fascists.
So we're basically gonna be doing maybe missions, I suppose.
You're gonna start a
Or
revolution.
dealing with situations, yeah.
There is a lot of social like interaction because
Oh,
you have to
so my
recruit
runway model will
people.
work perfectly in this because
Oh
it's
yeah,
he's gonna be narcissist like so beyond like Zoolander. It's
yeah. You're
Zoolander.
gathering up people for a cause.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. Well, no, I'm gathering people to stare at me. Let's get this correct. Because I'm fabulous.
Nice. Okay. Is everybody here and logged into Roll20?
Uh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll take us to the map where we left. Put on some atmospheric noise. Okay, so we're in this building that you guys entered. It is nice and creepy inside. The walls look like they're alive because there's all these like vines and roots so like woven and intertwined with each other that it almost seems like you're inside of something breathing. You destroyed the like the plant slash root infested people, and you also found this guy over here, who he told you his name is Havigan, but he is a very distant person right now. After you freed him from a semi cocoon of tendril of plant stuff. Seems like he can't focus too well on any one thing in particular, and he loses track of things very easily. And I guess from these rolls, it looks like I had Jane get a heal check on him, and she says that she couldn't find anything physically wrong with him, but there's obviously something mentally. wrong with this person.
Unfortunately, I think we should get a move on and just leave him be.
Jane does feel bad for just leaving him here, but I think Fingram was also kind of in the same boat. Like, he won't go anywhere and such like that.
Yeah. Cormac says we need to get through this as fast as we can. If he's here when we come back, maybe we can take care of him then or help him then. But as of right now, we need to do this as fast as possible.
Your old lady, Kaklatath, is in wind form at the moment and silently looking up these staircases.
Look, here. She hands him, Kudu hands him, like, some trail rations and her water skin with water in it.
Okay.
And
you do that.
Move away, yeah.
He looks at it and he reaches out and he takes the food and the water you give him, and he does repeat, oh, so hungry, so thirsty. And he takes a bite and he drinks a little bit, and he seems like he enjoys the nourishment, but just like before, once he's like chewing on something or like drinking, he kind of like starts to stare for a little bit.
That's fine.
His hands at his sides, and yeah, it very quickly almost seems to like even forget that he has food and water, and just sits.
Well, should I force feed him?
Are you asking anybody?
Yeah, that's what Kudu says to everybody as she's like blankly staring at him.
Does anybody else say anything?
Cormac kind of like shrugs. He's like,
I don't know.
Cormac says we should probably just get going.
I have no idea.
Jane like kneels down to him and asks him, do you like it? Do you feel better? And the man looks at her and he shrugs his shoulders and says, I don't know, I think I'm just tired. And he kind of starts to close his eyes a little bit. Not enough to like completely fall asleep, but it's very clear that this man just seems to have like a lack of agency.
Okay.
Like there's just no motivation in his motions or in his work.
Well, he'll be fine then. Yeah.
Jane, slightly disheartened, tells him that, well, we'll be back and we'll come and check on you and help you. Just stay here, okay? And all he does is he nods. And she moves back with you guys and says, under her breath, like, I'm really worried about him.
So
Fingrim just shrugs.
Which door?
Yes, Fingrim is looking at you, Corwin, and says, indeed. The choice is up to you guys. Which path do you take?
I said the left one last time, but I think that ended up... Wait, what did I say? I don't know what I said last time.
I'm pretty sure you said the right one, and then
The right
Gus
one.
walked over to the right staircase, and it's the middle one. So I'm good with going right too.
I think I
We
said
just
that because
take
we
the-
were all standing at that one at the time. Yeah.
I'm good with doing the right door. Door number 3. What do we win?
Good, spread the love, guys.
Door number 3. Mwah.
So, are you? Is it this one then? Is that the number 3, or is like this the number 3?
Going up the leftmost staircase.
The one
going
with
to
the hunter, the bow human.
Yeah, bow.
So this one.
Yeah.
You want to go
Yep.
towards this one.
That would be... Yeah. So we can go counterclockwise, technically. My favorite direction.
It looks like it. Yes.
Why did my alarm go off? That's so weird.
Having some weird technical difficulties here with this headset.
Oh no.
Um,
System won't respond for like a good minute after, and now it just finally did something. You know, a good minute after pressing something. And now it just reversed, even though I didn't press anything to reverse. Okay. Fun.
everybody's health looks fine. Okay.
Okay. Then you guys go over here. And I'm gonna move just Cormac here. Does Cormac, let's see. I think I need to give you. Actually, no. I'll just keep you there for right now. And you take the stair path, and it goes into the part of the wall, and it curves around. And what you guys find is a small, rounded chamber.
Okay. Perception, thus
Alright.
we see more than that. I'll start looking around.
Same. We'll also cast detect magic in the room, and, like do a sweep.
You find a small rounded chamber, and all over, just like the walls of the room before, it's just covered in this in this like root like system that like mimics like the like the undulating of like a living thing. And you don't detect any magic in here. But you can, both of you, see that it seems like there's a part of the wall that was kind of like how you found this guy. Like there was a large like clump of these vines that at one point must have been like a cocoon, but it's like open. It's open and there's nothing inside of it.
We might have to take care of that guy. That's what Cormac
Does it,
says.
with my perception, can I tell, like, how long ago it was opened, maybe? Any, like, evidence of dust being moved, or...
You don't see any dust.
Okay. Do you know what was in here?
Can we roll knowledge to put, like, get any info from it? Like, other than that? I'm guessing, like... My
Might have been
guess
one
is
of these
it's the bow
things.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no knowledge roll. Just you guys will have to go on your hunches.
Yeah. Well, if there's nothing in this room other than that, I guess we'll go to the one that's in the middle, wand wielding one.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm assuming Cormac is going first.
Yeah. Yeah, he has light cast on his armor.
Okay. You guys take the stairs up, and it's much like the other staircase. It winds a little bit, and then you can see the opening of another room, another rounded. Except even before you get in, this time you can see that this one doesn't seem to have a ceiling to it. It seems like really tall or open.
Do I see sky looking up? If I look straight up, do I see
Or
sky
is it,
looking up? Like a closed top. If I can even see the very top. I don't even know
Well,
if I
are you asking at a glance, or do you go inside the room?
he'll go inside the room.
Okay.
I'll go with you.
So Kudu and Cormac are kind of like up front here.
Yeah. I'll even perception just for the heck of it. Again! Woo!
Okay. Yeah, those are some hot dice.
Probably not needed right now, but they're there.
Just one moment. Okay. You guys both check out the room, and I need both of you, and I guess Drench, since he's with Kudu. I need you to both give me reflex.
Reflex. Do I
Alright, it's
know
gonna
why
take me a
I'm
second. I have to
reflexing?
refresh.
Let's see.
So what happens when you guys walk into this room? You suddenly feel like your feet and your bodies, like they start to like fall up.
My body starts to fall off. Okay, I'm gonna
Fall up.
Fall up, like gravity
like
reversed.
float upward. Oh.
Yeah, like there's nothing keeping you on the ground anymore.
Okay. I don't like that, so I'm gonna use my cat's luck and roll twice.
It's gonna take me a second. My
And then, oh
page
jeez,
is
it was bigger
reload.
of an improvement. And then drench.
And I'll get a reflex from Cormac and one for.
Yeah, my page is. I had to refresh my page, so it's taking a second to reload it.
Okay. Okie dokie. So what happens is Drench manages to like catch himself on like the lip of the room. That was the ceiling of the tunnel you were coming in, and doesn't fall. But Kudu and Cormac, you both fall up. And it's fairly tall. There is a ceiling, or in your case now, a floor, but it's it's about 100 or so feet away.
So that means damage.
So that means you both take 39 points of falling damage.
Shit.
And you both go prone, bam, onto your backs or your heads or your bellies, and you're now lying on a and looking up or down back at where Drench is like hanging on. Uh, Gus, do you do anything? You are witness to this.
I'm gonna swift action heal myself and use a stored energy.
So just so I have the proper mental image, as everyone's going through the corridor, it's just a sudden shift of gravity for those that went inside the room, and it's just like whoosh, and they just went upwards.
Yeah, so Cormac and Kudu and Drench, they're at the front here since they were the first two to go in, or first three. Yeah, you just saw like gravity just instantly reverse on them, and the little water elemental is the only one that's like managed to catch himself on the lip of the ceiling, and he's hanging on, trying not to fall. But the other two, yes, have like you heard like a big thump twice, and like their pained groans. And Finnegan also sees this as well as Jane.
Yeah, so Gus goes and says,
"Well, that was unexpected. Give me a moment. Let me see what I have to work with here."
Well, technically, so if we don't remember, Kudu, Gus, Jane, and the old lady all have
We just
wind
walk back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, I don't though.
You don't. Gus is just digging in his bag to see if he has any rope, and I don't think he does.
So when you remind Kudu about that, she's gonna try to wind walk back to Drench and grab him off the ledge and. Wait, I can't grab him,
yeah.
can I?
You use up 5 rounds of the Windwalk, and you make yourself like immaterial like wind, and it's an easy ascent, flying up to go grab him.
Okay.
I'll
reform in like front of Gus and then grab Drench and pull him to me and.
Okay, you do.
All right. Gus goes and pretty much says,
"I'll be honest. I don't have too many. I don't have any really real supplies to work with, or any abilities that can prevent this. Granted, yes, the windwalk will be useful for as long as it lasts. I think that's all we have to work with."
Mm-hmm. Fingram remarks that, that is unfortunate, but I can fly and take care of myself at least. And Jane just kind of winces at the bit of pain that the others experienced.
Cormac's still down there, so he's gonna look around. I mean,
Fingram can maybe carry him and fly out.
Well, doesn't Gus have a Windwalk on him?
Well, Windwalk, technically we can't like grab things and stuff when we're in the flying form. So like that's why I was trying to say like I form first and then grab.
Oh, and then grab Drench.
Yeah.
But then you would fall.
Well, not if I form over the edge, right? And then I grab him from the edge.
Oh, if you're gonna like hang on to the ledge, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you want to like crawl back into the tunnel where the others are?
Right.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, because
So,
I don't think
if
you
you
can
want-
do things like while you're in the wind form. I think, like,
That is
Yeah.
correct. All of your gear and stuff becomes insubstantial. But if you're asking Fingrim, oh, he can definitely take Drench, and
not Drench,
Drench is probably happy.
But Cormac, like, if he can fly and
Me.
carry Cormac.
Oh, back up?
Yeah, he might have the carry capacity to do so.
I
Or-
think so, because he's a dwarf.
I don't know what fly has restrictions, but
Yeah. I'm also a pretty big dude with full plate on, so
You're a pretty big dude, but he's also a dwarf, and you can load a dwarf up with like a lot of
Everything.
stuff. Yeah, and they'll still go the same speed.
Because they're
Even through
motherfucking
flying.
dwarves.
Yeah,
I
you could just
I know.
piggyback ride him.
I had a dwarf that was able to carry like 900 pounds or something like that. That was.
He's,
I like
he's
built
just
some
like
of these.
carrying it, going, it's a living.
Then
Yeah.
we can do that because I don't have a rope either. I don't have anything.
Okay. So
I rolled a perception while I was down/up there.
Oh, there you
yeah,
go.
and
Maybe there's a
allow
secret.
me to describe what you do see while you are down there.
Boom.
You see ahead of you that there is a moderately sized room. It's a room that's kind of triangular shaped. The room that you're in right now is like one of the tips of the triangle, and like directly across from you is another like corridor that seems to continue going somewhere, and then there's another like end like point of this triangular room that seems to go to another room, and directly in front of you, like I said, in the middle of the triangle, there are a few bedrolls. You see a handful of what looks like spilled grain, and there's this ashen stain of what must have been a long dead fire that occupies the center of this room. So it looks like there was
And
like a
that's
camp here
all.
or something.
That's all like my like how I'm standing. It's all like on the ceiling.
No, it's all up.
Like
It's all upright. Like it's
okay,
like if you were to
like
walk towards it, it's all like on your.
on the ground. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't like walk out of this chamber and then I fall and hit the floor again.
Yeah.
I guess he'll tell Fingram to fly down if he wants. I'm gonna tell him that we should probably check out this topsy-turvy room.
Yeah. Fingram asks Kudu and Dredge if do you want me to take him the water.
Well, we're trying to be together, right? And right now we're separated.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
all everybody that's up there, like Fingram, you guys all have the ability to fly, so you can fly down.
I can't fly. I would have to drink my potion to fly.
You could wind walk again.
Oh, right.
You can wind walk
right.
again.
I guess I still have
So
a while on that, huh?
So yeah, no, it lasts 13 hours.
Yeah. Okay.
So you guys could all come down and then we could search this area. And if we don't find anything, that's when Fingram can carry me back up.
Mm-hmm.
I figured since there's rooms here that we could check out, like, might as well just bring everybody down. And Fingram can carry Drench down so he doesn't take fall damage.
Okay. Yeah. As long as we're not all separated.
Fingram says, "Sounds like a plan to me," and he gently scoops Drench up into his arms, and he will activate his flight hex. And the moment he steps into the room, yeah, his like body kind of like shifts for a moment, but his ability to fly keeps him from like falling up. He just kind of like has to reorient himself for a moment.
That'd be such a like stomach churning right there.
Probably.
Like,
I imagine that what happened to you and Kudu is like the stomach churner.
Oh yeah. Well, Cormac will wait till
Well,
everybody gets down
turning
before
with
you.
the gravity, I think, would be more pleasant than gravity suddenly changing and you're not changing with it.
Yeah. So he grabs Drench and he takes him down to Cormac. Jane looks at Gus and says, well, we can go down and we just concentrate on becoming wind.
Wind.
That's what's nice about having practice. We've been traveling like that for the last couple of weeks, so it's like everybody should be used to it.
But yeah, Gus, do you do that or do you do anything else?
Gus is just looking baffled by this whole situation. Has no idea. Is literally just kind of looking around to see if there's anything that he can work with the reverse gravity factored.
Okay. Jane sees your moment of pause and meditation, and she says, "Oh, yeah, I suppose this is kind of a strange thing. I guess ever since our time in the asylum, I've been kind of jaded to strange things."
I'll be honest, I've never seen anything like this. So yes, I'm a little baffled. And I'm not well equipped for this kind of situation, to be honest.
She smiles at you and says, "Well, take your time. If you if you need to, we can go together." And she holds out an arm to you.
And so everyone's getting around through the airwalk, right?
Yeah, that's what Kudu did, and Fingrim just used his fly hex. Your old lady Kaklatath hasn't gone down yet. It seems like she's the last and waiting for you guys, but she's already wind.
I suppose here goes nothing.
He takes a deep breath.
Okay.
And
she goes with you up to like the lip of the cavern.
And
Jane
Gus
does.
is going to just kind of just pretty much just say,
This is just going up. This is just going down the opposite staircase. That's all. All right.
And he's going to basically do his air form and go through.
Okay. You do that, and Jane does so as well, and your hands kind of leave each other for a moment because you're now both wind, and you kind of both do like a little like jump, like a leap of faith, sort of, and because you have a flight speed now, you don't fall up. You just kind of like waft there for a moment, and then you feel like the moving of like the contents of like your stomach as gravity kind of reverses on you both.
Are you able to communicate while in this form?
Yes. You can speak.
Okay.
This is a very strange. It is feeling. I don't quite get it.
Yeah, she's like, whoa, I think I'm okay. Are you okay?
A little disoriented.
She kind of like flails around a little bit, like a frog, like getting in the water, and once she kind of like orients herself towards the where you guys can fly down, she beckons.
So while I'm down here, I'm gonna do a perception and look around. Oh, okay. I might have already rolled one, but that was a while ago.
Alright, so then I guess Gus and Jane slowly move towards the bottom or the top of this room here to join the.
Cormac will start making his way to the other room to walk towards the fire, the old fire.
I'm gonna move you guys together here, and Kaklatath is coming with you. Just give me a moment. I don't know why Roll20 has been so laggy as of late.
I mean, that's kind of how it always has been for me, but that's me.
It's weird, yeah, because I usually have no problem with. Okay, you guys are here.
Okay.
Your tokens are all kind of a little bunched up together. Yeah, you're in this room. Oh, I accidentally took this. Okay, now it's just you guys. And I will describe this room you're looking into. You all see a few bedrolls and a handful of spilled grain and the ashen stain of a long dead fire occupying the center of this nearly triangular room. And I got your perceptions here, so Cormac and Kudu. Does anybody else want to give me a perception?
Let's see. Moderate.
Okay. Okay. So you start to check out this room.
Okay.
And as you guys go to check it out and walk in, Kudu, Gus, and Cormac, you all the three of you start to sense this growing kind of foreboding feeling. Hair is standing up on end, and there's some kind of there's almost a cloying kind of mist that is boding it around you. What did the three of you do?
Like it's just mist everywhere around here.
No, there's not even a mist, but you feel there's something mist-like, some kind of force around you growing, and it's a bad kind of foreboding feeling that's getting stronger.
He's gonna cast on himself, the iron skin, as he continues to walk forward.
Okay. Kudu, do you do anything? And Gus, do you do it?
Gus will move. Yeah, this is laggy as all hell today. I guess Gus is gonna kind of just look around the general vicinity around here, and kind of get a and just kind of see if there's anything of use in here.
Okay. And Kudu?
I'm just adjusting my thing here. I'm going to swift action lay on hands myself again and heal my wounds as I feel nervous. I'm hurt. And I'm going to use another stored energy to avoid burn.
Okay. Then Jane and the others follow you, and well, I guess since you guys are there, they just kind of they're bringing up the rear here.
Yeah.
Before your eyes, things start to materialize in front of you.
Okay. Things. Oh no. Not things. Oh. Oh. Okay. Nothing like the head and shoulders of somebody.
You get to see people.
Okay.
And you know they weren't there a moment before.
Hello?
All of these bodies just kind of appeared. And although I've only put 3 tokens on the map, what you're seeing is like a dozen people here. Like that have all just kind of appeared. And you call out to them, Kudu, and they don't really seem to acknowledge you. They've all kind of like listlessly gathered around this burnt out fire, but as they all finish appearing, it also springs back to life into a burning. Do you do anything, Kudu, or does anybody else do anything?
So they don't respond to the hello?
No.
I look at my allies.
Gus is gonna walk up and tap one on the shoulder.
Okay. You go over, Gus, and you know it kind of it feels like you're touching somebody. It doesn't seem like an illusion. Or if it is, it's a masterful one.
Do they notice at all?
They don't respond to you. And
Interesting.
but it does feel like you're like this is a person. But they're clammy, like they're not warm.
Mm.
Can he identify if if what he's looking at is living?
You can give me knowledge religion. Fingrim approaches staying over here by Kudu, and Jane. I'm gonna stick her above Fingrim, and then Drench, I guess, is with Kudu.
Yeah, he's gonna be up here.
Okay, and then I'll just put Kaklatath here. That way we're all in a square. All right. Your knowledge religion serves you well. And before I give you the result, I haven't heard from Cormac. Do you do anything here?
No, he cast the spell on himself, the
Okay.
Iron Skin, but other than that, nothing.
All right, Gus. Then you quickly come to a reasonable thought with your expertise in all things spooky, and you feel like this is a very, very powerful psychic impression, so strong that it feels real. And what you think you might actually be experiencing is a haunt, and this is how it's manifesting.
Interesting. Very well.
Cracks his knuckles, and then pulls out his coin, and then with a simple flick, he goes and says,
"Spirits, begone!"
and is going to cast Purge Spirits.
Okay.
And so that's going to be...
Gonna force a save, right, from the haunt.
It's a will save for partial.
Okay. The DC is like 20 something, right?
With that, it is 19.
19? Okay.
Yeah.
Guess not as high as I thought, but it rolled pretty poorly. So
It's a second level spell, that's why.
It fails.
All right. All right, well then I am going to go ahead and roll some dice. Okay. The haunt takes 35 points of damage, and they are staggered for 1 round. And
Okay.
is the haunt still up?
So I'll let you describe how you begin to purge. The haunt isn't completely gone, but you deal it a mighty blow. Like this was basically bringing it down to like you did more than half of its damage. It's heavily wounded, so to say. But yeah, so in this scene of all of these like listless individuals, what happens here? You tell me.
Gus he exclaims for the spirits to be gone, and the spirits like bits and pieces like I would guess that a couple of them kind of walk away and fade, but there's still some there. Like it's just basically they kind of decrease their numbers as some have started to kind of disperse.
Okay. So yeah, your magic, the way it affects them is some of them almost seem like they come to their senses, like they're not like casting long gazes like nowhere. They're kind of confused at the moment, and like they're motioning to leave, like mumbling to each other. So after you do that, this happens. The one that you were touching, this one begins to convulse violently in front of.
Oh no! What'd you do, Gus?
They cry
Bear
out,
with me.
and it echoes all around the chamber. They literally fall over, convulsing, and
This
you
is
all
while
see.
they're staggered.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Falls over, convulsing, as tendrils just begin to emerge from their mouth and their eyes, and the other people here all see, and some of them are running away from this scene, and some of them are motioning towards, and things like no, it's got them too. Do something.
Oh no.
Can Gus use his purge spirits again?
We're kind of in rounds without me putting up a round tracker.
Yeah.
Does Kudu or Cormac do anything? Fingrim, unfortunately, doesn't have anything mechanically sort of he could do, but he's like there and like, oh, what's going on? And Jane's kind of like ready to defend.
Yeah,
Gus will
nothing
be willing
at the
to
moment.
mention that it's a haunt.
I look
Cormac
around and I
doesn't
say, what does that mean?
Cormac doesn't have anything prepared in order to deal with it.
These spirits are nothing more than just vague apparitions of the past. Nothing more than something that lingers that does not belong.
He looks
So
back
we
at
have nothing to
these
worry about then, huh?
Well, they could still potentially cause a lot of mental harm.
But yeah, the scene unfolding in front of you guys is starting to turn horrific as these spirits are, some of them are panicking, and one of them is like suffering something horrible.
Kudu's kind of panicking inside a little bit. Like this frenzy's got her like nervous.
Gus flips the coin again.
All right, you can do your thing again.
And he goes and says,
Did I stutter? Be gone!
and the coin glows with this like bluish, the pale blue light that that kind of disperses out in a wave as as he tells the others to disperse and make another will save.
Oh, I did.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
40 this time, or halved to 20.
Okay,
depending
so
on save or not.
This time, it does look like the haunt is resisting.
The haunt is resisting. Okay.
It's made its save, and it's going to take half of that.
Okay, and a few more kind of start to disappear. I'm assuming the one that that Gus touched is kind of still convulsing with all the tendrils and such.
Yeah, more of
but the others are dispersing out.
More of the people are leaving, like crying out in fear and terror. But as this haunt continues to fight, and you see these psychic vestiges do something. Two of these individuals that are still there, they reach out and they grab the one that's convulsing, and they look at each other with grim determination, and they throw the person into the fire.
I suppose that's one way to handle it.
Yep. The bonfire, it begins to consume. They're birthing,
says,
writhing.
Holy crap, what do we do?
And as they throw the person in, everyone else feels a force on them. I need everybody to check their CMDs. Does a 28 beat your CMD?
Gus's or
Yes.
everyone?
Everyone's.
I think that beats almost everyone's
Is this flat-footed?
CMD.
I won't say it's flat-footed.
Either way, it beats mine, yeah.
It beats
What was it?
for me.
28. I need to know how much it beats your CMD by.
It beat mine by 3.
By 3? Okay. And Gus?
What was the CMB again?
28.
So then by 7.
By 7? Ooh.
By 4.
Okay.
And let's see what Drench has.
Let's see. It beats Jane's by 7 here too. She's at 21 CMD.
Drench is by 7. Yeah.
Let's see. It beats Fingrim's by barely by 1. Okay, so this is what happened. You all feel as if some force acted on you when these two threw the convulsing person into the fire. Gus, you get pushed 10 feet forward. Kudu, you get pushed 5 feet forward. Cormac, you get pushed 5 feet forward. And Jane, she gets pushed 10 feet forward. And this horrific bonfire, it kind of like explodes as the 3 of you get caught. Gus, Jane, and Kudu give me reflex.
And Drench, or?
Oh, I didn't even do Drench. I probably beat his CMD too.
Yeah.
So yeah, give me a reflex for Drench.
Sorry, doing things in Hero Lab has been really
Oh, weird.
slow
It says my connection to
lately.
the server has been interrupted.
Oh, I guess that doesn't matter anyways.
That's why I see 2.
Darn it, Roll20.
Problems.
It doesn't want us to have a session without everybody.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Just imagine the Fantasy
I saw your
Grounds
rolls.
potential.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm looking at it. I'm ready to
I would
move on.
love to be a
especially with the new
player in that platform, honestly.
Okay, it seems like it's been restored to me. Oh, you guys all did wonderfully on your reflex save. That's good. You all save, and you will take half damage from that. Oof, that was a good roll.
Ow.
You all take 21 points of damage as you save, but yeah, the bonfire, it burns and scorches you, and beside you, writhing in the fire, is the body of the convulsing person, burning away these plant roots and tendrils coming out of them, also burning, crisping.
Is Gus able to do any more or anything as of yet?
Did you say we take half of this? Wait, what?
Half. You all
basically
saved.
21 damage.
Yep, 21 points of damage. Before you act, Gus, I will give Cormac and Kudu a chance to do something and react here. Is there anything you guys do?
Cormac channels positive energy to heal everybody.
Okay. Yeah, Fingrim stays back and he looks guarded. And Jane, she'll heal her. She'll heal. Actually, who's looking bad? She's gonna heal you, Gus. She lays her hands on you to give you some health. She's always worried about you. And she's
Cormac
selfless.
basically just canceled out that damage that everybody took.
Oh yeah, there you
Tell
go.
the
That's
wrench to
great.
go back
Which order
behind
did that all
Kaklateth.
happen in?
I'll say that Cormac channeled energy first.
Well then, in that case, Gus would be back to full again beforehand. Before Jane would be able to get to it.
Okay.
You just
Then I
have-
mean,
You can have James switch it to Cormac because he's still not.
yeah, she can
100.
lay. She'll give you the 6, a little bit there, and she gets up and 5 foot away from the
Heal for
awful.
23. Good, my health bar is just going back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
I'm going to back off and come back here and get in front of Kaklateth.
Okay, you do that, and Gus, yes, you may.
Gus is going to use another purge spirits.
Okay. Even if this haunt saves, it's going to be enough to bring its HP down to 0. How do you finish?
Well, just because he wants to see the damage anyway. 40.
Oh, nice.
So yeah. So Gus goes and looks at the remains of this haunt and just says,
You have no place in this realm. Disperse and never return.
Upon saying that, he flips the coin. It glows with another bright blue light, and the shockwave blasts out from it, and basically the entity or the man and all the tentacles all just kind of explode into dust.
Okay. It's like a bright, boosh, like confetti of magic.
Confetti!
Without the fun sound, though.
Oh.
But yep, one by one, these individuals, they disperse. And the last one, of course, is the writhing, burning one. It seems that they have died a second time within the fire before dispersing. And things go back to being eerily quiet.
May you rest on forever in the afterlife in peace.
And Gus puts away the coin and mumbles a simple prayer to Pharasma.
Okay, you do that.
Isn't that strange? After life, you die, but yet you're still alive in the afterlife.
Fingrim remarks it is a complicated thing, life.
Cormac says your flesh is dead, but your soul moves on.
Weird.
Well, Jane also kind of like puts her head down for a moment and kind of prays, and she says, if only people could pass on in peace.
I'm sure his sister would have a long lecture about the afterlife.
Sister Maria would say something batshit crazy like, they deserve to burn.
Yeah.
Gus pulls out his locket, looks at it again and everything, and then just kind of thinks to himself. You can tell he's He's looking very contemplative.
Okay.
But then he closes it, puts it away.
You have a somber moment as you contemplate the hereafter and those who have gone. Cackletat will move into the room as it seems like it's safe. Although she doesn't really show much emotion, you all can see that she is she is like a little worried because it seems like almost every step is taking like a chance here. What do you guys do?
Welcome to my life.
There's you guys can see the 3 ways that this room goes on. Over here and
Which way should we go?
Cormac starts making his way towards like the bigger area.
okay. You come over here, and maybe some of you guys can actually see it too. But Cormac, you can see like over here too, like around this corner. And what you're seeing is an ascent. You're seeing like you're seeing the outside of the tower that's all out here. And this is like, part of it that seems to be carved into the stone that is like a walkway. And it's ascending around the outside of the tower. But you know what's weird? Is that just a moment ago, you fell up.
Yeah, so this would be technically going down again.
You would think so, but if you look out, it seems like everything is right.
Alright, now it's Cormac's turn to be like, my head hurts.
Yeah. Like,
he was
things
good.
Are very strange.
He was good with being inside the building and having it do this because he knows like magic does that. Like you can do shit like that, but when it's like in his head, he's like, okay, I have that, but now looking outside, it's like, no, this isn't real. I guess I'll
You kind of just
walk
forgot that happened.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened with Cormac too. He's like, oh, whatever. But I guess he'll tell Fingrim to go out first, just because Fingrim would fly, just in case.
He says, "Well, all right, I'll do it this once." Before he does that, do Kudu and Gus do anything on their turn?
No, not yet.
Gus.
There's a part here that no one's checked out, but I'm not saying you have to.
Gus will head down there.
Okay.
And he looks to see what is just in this general area.
All right. From where you're standing, you actually smell something before you see anything. You're getting you're getting just a sewage smell. Like there's like an open gutter somewhere, but your nose is telling you that it's coming from this room, except you don't see anything stinky looking on the floor, but it's definitely coming from in here.
This whole room stinks of chamber pot. I recently used one for that matter.
Gus is going to use Sift to search around in the area. Because he ain't touching that shit. Literally.
Sure.
So, yeah.
You'll sift. You can sift, but you're not finding anything for some weird reason. Like this part of the floor looks relatively clean to you,
Okay.
but you know there's something stinky coming from here, but you can't
Okay.
see it.
His roll would actually be treated like a 25 for this perception, considering that the sift is
you roll a
treated with the
perception.
-5 penalty. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Okay, so since you roll perception, actually, you know what? I'm gonna give something else to you too. You don't see anything on the floor here, but you're trusting your nose on this one, and you kind of like crane your head to get like a better look, and you know what? Like you're kind of seeing like icky, nasty marks on the walls going up, and what your nose is telling you, whatever so smelly, is not on the floor. It's on the ceiling.
He looks up and tries to identify what is up there.
Give me a reflex save.
I think Gus just found himself in a shitty situation.
Maybe, we'll see. Uh-oh.
He fails.
So you go to look up, you crane your head around, and I gave you a bit of a bonus here since you're only it's like a very small part of your body, but it's kind of like when like imagine yourself like looking down like into a well, and you know that like you just kind of lose your center of gravity. That happens here, except instead of like looking down, you're looking up, and wouldn't you know it, gravity reverses on you, and you fall up.
All right. Neat.
Yep.
He's got nothing that he can do to really slow or stop that fall at this point.
You only take 19 points of falling damage here. And it's because of like what you hit. The good news is that your fall is somewhat cushioned, so you're not taking that much damage.
But he's now covered in shit.
The bad news is you have found yourself in what seems to have been a dumping ground. You fall, yes, into a cesspool of garbage and human.
Oh, I missed something interesting.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
And Jane like looks over and is like, "Oh no!" Like, Gus,
Don't come in here!
Like Kudu looks down the hallway. Oh, where'd Gus go?
Jane exclaims, "He fell up!"
We're all like tripping on the outside, and Gus is like, "What's over here?"
She says, "Are you okay? Can you turn into wind? Can you get back?"
I suppose.
And he turns into wind. It turns out being a giant fart cloud at this point.
Oh, God. A stinking cloud.
Yep, you turn into wind, and everything you have with you becomes wind and insubstantial. But what's messy is messy. So yeah, like when you come back, assuming you do come back, you still look and smell pretty. Jane has to cover her nose.
Ew.
Oh, this is just rancid.
Do you become corporeal again?
Yeah.
Okay, you do, and it's gross. And Jane, she kind of like winces and points like to your head, and she says, you got some.
I think I got a little bit of everything and everywhere. I don't even know what is what anymore. Okay. Well, a moment of humility. Would anyone happen to have a towel or a washing cloth of sorts?
Fingrim says, I'll wait if Cormac and Kudu have something.
Wait, what did he ask? Gus?
Gus is asking for assistance.
Oh, like, Kudu will walk over to him and see, like, his dirtiness, and she's gonna just, like, drench you with water.
You do that.
And if you don't look that clean yet, she'll do it again. And then when you seem clean, she's gonna prestidigitate dry you.
Hey, there you go. She washes and dries.
Thank you.
Corrad's the only one that's like not phased because he doesn't smell anything because he has a light bubble on him.
Oh, yeah, that's right, you do.
Because what?
So he's just like,
he has life bubbles.
I have life bubble.
He has like his own personal sphere of clean air.
So Gus basically takes off the coat, throws his bag onto the ground and everything, and he goes and says,
I'm gonna probably need a moment to get changed a bit.
You do that. You take off your coat and you kind of leave it there. Jane actually, she notices something, and you might notice this too. There's a clump of papers that were stuck to your coat amongst all the garbage.
Oh, the papers.
And she points that out. She's like, Gus, are those yours? Did they come loose?
What?
And yeah, you see like a wad of a lot of papers, like they were torn and thrown away, and they just so happen to like stick to your coat from all the dirty.
carefully is pulling off bits and pieces there, and is trying to look and see if any of it's of any import.
Well, for one thing, most of it is just ruined. Like you can't. It seems like there was something on it, like pictures or writing, but you can't tell anymore. Deep in the center of the wad, though, there is one piece, one page, still lit.
Pulls that out, looks at it.
What we got?
Okie dokie. There, can you guys see this? Okay, go ahead and enlarge it, and you guys can read it for yourselves, but I can also read it for you if you like.
Read it.
Okay. So I'll start at the top. Day 20. Lowles has once again left to document the ruins. It amazes me that he can wander this city without running afoul of the monsters here. We have now suffered 3 different attacks in his absence, and the infernal whistling grows stronger every day. Why did he hire bodyguards if we were only going to sit around and sweat? Morale is low and some are starting to desert. Jalhab left as soon as the count did. Good luck escaping without enough provisions. Day 25. screaming. We found Jalhab bound in bruise-colored fibers, and he kept screaming about the seeds within us all. He eventually passed out and refused food or water. It looks like deprivation and sunstroke. Day 26. While Pyrrha was checking Jalhab, he grabbed her by the throat and began strangling her. When we pulled them apart, part of Jalhab's hands were still attached to her neck. These weren't fingers, just bruise-colored fungus. Jalhab couldn't stop laughing, even though he didn't have hands anymore. When we confronted him, he threw himself from the tower and broke his body upon the streets below. The corpse was gone less than an hour later, but nobody spotted any scavengers. Day 30. The whistling's different. It's soothing somehow. Maybe that's just how death seems a welcome end when suffering grows too terrible. We've lost another 3. Ievos, Rinal, and Pyrrha. We burned Rinal's body, but the smoke just made the others sick. Everyone has a haunted look, but at least 2 have told me I have the same expression. That's madness. Clearly they're the ones going mad. I can almost see their sickness as it stirs inside them. So thirsty, just waiting to hatch.
This is disturbing.
Yeah, to say the least.
The one we found down towards the entrance. What was that person's name?
The one that was bound in the cocoon?
Mm-hmm.
He said his name was Havigan.
I wonder if he was in the company.
Maybe.
Well,
should we go outside?
Jane's like, I don't want to go anywhere.
Gus rolls up the note and he'll tuck it away.
Okay.
And
the handout is also viewable at any time.
Thank you. He then goes and steps aside and everything away from where everyone else is looking, and then just goes and he grabs some of the clean clothes that he has in his bag, and actually is gonna just change into some cleaner clothes to be in.
Okay, you do that.
And I guess for the circumstance...
Oh, you didn't like my cleaning methods?
I don't think anything could get this smell out. Maybe
that's true though, Kudu. Like, it might look cleaner, but it probably still smells.
Yeah, it's probably reeking.
No soap
and
involved.
He's probably feeling disgusted being in the clothes as is.
Yeah.
So, what's funny is I actually have alternate outfits available too.
Well, that's good.
So
that might actually help you.
Yeah. So he switches to the hot weather outfit. Actually, no, he was in the hot weather outfit. Now that I think about it. So no, he's switching back to his normal clothes because since he was out in the desert. So yeah, he's gonna switch back to his standard attire instead of his hot weather outfit. Puts on his hat. Make sure that the locket is cleaned and not filled with gunk, and then just make sure everything else is all set up, good to go, and he and just says,
"All right, well, so much for that outfit."
Jane says, at least you're okay.
I'm surprised I didn't get everything injured.
Right. I didn't deduct that damage, by the way. I gotta go and do that really quick.
Oh yeah, it was minor. It was 19 points.
God,
Jane will lay her hands upon you. You got GM baited? What? Okay. Jane gives you back 9 points.
Woohoo!
God, this lag is nuts.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah, like just clicking on anything, it's taking quite a while to have anything respond.
Yep. I stopped using Roll20 as much as possible a long time ago because of that.
It's weird because like it hasn't always been like this, but like because it's been like this in recent, it's only making me think about like fantasy grounds.
It affects different people at different times for different reasons for whatever, and it's too frustrating. Anything browser based is always going to be frustrating.
Anyway, I guess we'll continue to muscle through. I don't think it's going to affect us too much unless we go into combat.
Yeah, try not to do too much at once is my advice. Yeah.
Gus pulls out his compass and he's gonna see if he can try to identify if polarities have changed at all and where all that stuff.
Okay, I'm glad you did. This will be fun. You pull out your compass, Gus, and you see it. It's pointing in a direction for north.
Well, it spins and spins and spins.
Well,
Everywhere is north.
I'm gonna get to the good part. But for right now, where you are, it seems like it's going in one direction, like it's supposed to. Do you kind of follow it north? Do you walk around a little?
What's going on with
Yeah,
that
he's gonna kind of follow it a bit.
Okay.
Are we going north or are we going
do.
outside?
You walk around and like you don't walk further than 10 feet, then like the needle starts to like it moves a lot, like much more than it should. And yeah, after like 10-15 feet, like it's pulled like a complete 180.
Well, this is strange.
He casts no direction to identify north. Is it matching with the compass?
Give me a caster level check.
All right.
Okay. You identify true north through your magic, and that is unbudging, and you are certain that your magic is telling you correctly where to go, and that this is north, and this way is south. But your compass just seems to be completely baffled.
The gravitational polarity. It's not.
He looks around and is just trying to identify like where the source is, but he's gonna try to kind of walk circles, you know, to see if he can go around where the pointing of north is on that compass, and see if he can try to narrow down direction.
Okay. You do, and as before, like after moving like 10-15 feet like that, the needle just starts to move. It moves to the opposite side of where it's kind of hard to pinpoint. Yeah, where this is all coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Something about this tower, whether it's magical or non-magical interference, it's messing with the science of your.
Well, science has no place here, it seems, but magic seems to still work as functioning as best as possible, I suppose.
He puts away the compass and is completely baffled over the fact that something logical is acting illogical.
Oh yeah.
And he just is unable to process this idea. And he goes and looks over to the area that Cormac was checking out, and he goes and asks,
Cormac, did you find any luck on what is out there?
I
Down
guess we
that
gotta go
corridor.
out there and find out.
Cormac still suggests that Fingrim goes first.
Check for like confused gravity. And just like when Cormac looked out here, I'll say for you, Gus, you see the outside, and that this clearly looks like it's part of the tower, like carved into it and going up along the edges of it. But you know that you've already, like, gravity has already been inverted once for you before, and the fact that it all seems like it's right side up when you look out makes no sense.
Well, I have no idea what to make of this.
Let's just go.
Yeah, very well. Lead the way.
Fingrim will activate his flight hex, and he will gingerly move outside.
I'll go
And,
into cloud form and follow.
Okay. And he doesn't. It doesn't seem like he struggles with like righting himself, and he kind of like touches down onto the stone and steps forward, and he's still standing right side up. So he tells you it looks like gravity is working correctly.
And Cormac
That
will
is
follow him out.
subjective.
What was that, Cormac?
Cormac follows him out.
Okay. And Kudu becomes air and goes with you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fly until I don't need to.
Okay. Kaklatath will fly with you guys as well, and Jane, looking at Gus, will follow you, assuming you go with.
Gus, he'll pull out the compass again, but he'll see if it'll how it functions outside, or then on this little outside section.
Okay. Then you guys go up the outer ascent. So from the ground outside, when you guys were looking at this building, it didn't appear to have like any kind of windows or doors or any other external features. Yet you guys are clearly walking on this stone walkway that seems to wrap around the tower like a balcony without any kind of your
Yep.
compass, when you step out, Gus, it the arrow like immediately whoosh, like rights itself and points north, like your magic is telling, and it seems to be working correctly.
That particular part of the... Interesting. Okay. that particular room that we were just in, or set of corridors, I don't know how you want to describe that, was locked in its own rules of gravity. Completely. Polarities were out of whack. But out here, everything's normal. Well, at least whatever we can deem to be normal. Very well. Let's see what else we can find out here.
He keeps following the rest of the group.
Okay. Yep. You guys start walking. You ascend. So as you guys walk out, you guys get a perspective of the city. If you guys look out, you're looking east, and you can clearly see this eastern corner, the lake, a sprawl of more buildings, ruins and rubble. And you continue the path north. But when you guys cross the threshold of the corner, instead of seeing the north part of the city, you instead start to see the city's western skyline, like the way you had come to Jerusalem from the west.
I'm sorry, what?
So you guys walk along the tower, and you guys are looking out east into the city. And as soon as you cross the threshold of a corner, what you thought or know should be north, you're now looking back at the western part of the city, as if you had gone to the opposite side of the tower, but you've only passed one corner.
Gus looks at the compass again.
And it's the direction you're walking in it's pointing west. But you know that you were heading north.
Gus then takes a couple steps back to back around the corner to see how the compass is reacting to the sudden change.
You walk onto you walk past the threshold, and you look at the compass, and the needle pulls a 180, and it's, well, not a 180. It does a sharp 90-degree turn, and now it's pointing north where you should have been.
What in the hell?
I'm guessing everybody kind of pauses while you do this little experiment.
We're now going west. But this makes no sense. Let's keep on going.
Yeah, Kudu says a lot of things don't make sense so far in my adventures, and I feel like pondering them just kind of delays us. The more I'm here, the more nervous I get. Can we hurry?
Jane is also
Yes.
very nervous, but she's also very interested in the science that Gus is doing.
Yeah,
Ingram is
Kudu don't
indifferent.
care about the science. She's like, everything's weird already. Like, this, we know this.
Cacklethath's only response is just a nod when Kudu mentions continuing forward. Does anybody else do anything?
Gus just keeps going with the rest of the group.
Okay. Gus, do you move forward again across the threshold, like looking at the compass, or like taking a careful look around you?
Yeah, he's gonna keep an eye on how things are perceived, just what's going on with the compass and what's going on with the general directions and such.
Okay, you do, and It's weird. It doesn't make sense, and as you reconcile this illogical scene, maybe you even stand at one of the corners, looking right and then left, just so that everything is within your vision. You kind of you sway for a moment, and there's this weird feeling of vertigo.
Uh-oh.
Because yes, it's like you're seeing two different things at once, yet there's no screen to divide them.
This is so weird.
It's like some kind of optical illusion was somehow made real. But you continue. The path outside of the tower corkscrews up counterclockwise, and you
Okay.
ascend to a point, and you all look to be about 250 feet off the ground when you do come to this entrance, and I will move you guys. Oh man, it does not like me moving you guys as a group.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, the lag here has been pretty bad.
Prime time, no, Friday nights.
Yeah, although it just seems worse all of a sudden. A lot. Illogically worse. Okay, bring my players down here. Come on. Bring them down here. There we go. Now let me ping them.
Oh, look, there's a compass rose right here on the floor. That's convenient.
How convenient. Is that the correct direction?
According
Maybe.
to this, no.
Do you guys see yourselves?
Yes.
Alright, you're on this walkway. And there's a little entrance here going back into the...
But not the way we came. Just back into the tower. We're
Yeah, it's
higher
not the way
up
you
now.
Yeah, you're higher up now.
Okay. Do we know roughly how high? Like 200 feet?
Yes.
300 feet?
If you look, down, it seems like you're about 250 feet off the ground.
Okay.
You're pretty high up.
Has anybody heard the tale of Rapunzel?
Fingrim looks at you and shakes his head
Me
because of
neither.
his beard.
Okie dokie. I'll stealthily peek around the corner and take a look.
Okay, you can roll me a stealth. Alrighty.
And
Go
my
ahead and put your
perception.
character there around the lips so that you can...
And just hanging back.
Okay. So, Kudu, you go and you scout. You check for... And, at first, the entrance in is just stone. Stone that you're recognizing until 10 feet you start to see these ropey strands of sickly fungus stretching across this rough-hewn chamber's walls, and they're not like the carpely roots in the other rooms. This is like full-blown fungus. These vine-like growths, like hanging down from the ceiling, like a little jungle.
Nothing happened?
No, it doesn't seem like anything happens, or nothing seems to notice you.
Do I see like any entrances from here? I can't really tell, I guess.
You do notice, like, over here, there's like enough of this room that's open. It's almost kind of cave-like with all the fungus, and there does seem to be like some kind of opening. Maybe it's like a hole or hole in the ceiling that all this like fungus is dangling. All these like vines are dangling down from over here.
Oh man. Okay.
So this is an opening to what?
An opening in the ceiling.
Oh, yeah, like in the ceiling in there.
Yeah.
I tell everybody to wait. There's a bunch of vines. And Kudu knows about nature, and she knows that vines, though they're plants, they can also be alive. It's a natural thing, apparently. Alive plants.
Indeed.
If I want to like try to stealthily, like quietly go in and then look up the hole, do I need another stealth or use that one?
No, that is still in effect.
Okay.
You're still hiding.
Then I'm going to tell everybody to get ready, but I'm going to start moving in.
Okay. Maybe that means like Cormac and Fingram and Gus will kind of be like over here, kind of where you are. But
Yeah.
Jane
Gus will be still at the furthest back since he doesn't really have much to offer.
Right there in front of Cackleteth.
Drench will stay in front of Cackleteth and behind wherever he can, in between people.
Okay, you do. Or he does. I assume Cormac and Fingram will move up and kind of watch your back from... And you move in, Kudu. And yeah, it's like you suddenly have walked into this like dense jungle. All of these vines are hanging down from the ceiling, and some of them you can see now are ascending through what looks like a 10-foot wide gap in the ceiling, and it's about 40 feet above where you are.
I see light up there.
You do.
Is it like natural light or like a firelight or?
No, it's different.
Okay.
It's not like a... Well, I mean, it's not sunlight, but there's something giving off light, like a glow, from up there.
Gus looks over to Cormac and S.
You think I should use my eye?
He says that's probably a good idea. It's probably it'd be safer. And that way, if there's any gravity falls or anything, you're not affected.
Yeah, true. Well, then I'll do that.
And he'll pull out his mind eye and send it to where Kudu is.
Okay. Before it gets to you, Kudu, what do you do?
Is there anything to climb to get up there?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There are so many of these vines. You could just Tarzan your way up there if you wanted to.
Then I'll do that. I'll climb while trying to be quiet. and peeking up to see if I can identify anything.
Okay. You can give me a new stealth if you want to, or I can roll
okay.
one in secret, whichever you.
You can roll it in secret if you want. It's plus 19.
Okay. Then, let's see. Where is that little eye thing I had for you? There's a little eyeball.
The eye! The eye! And now I want to go and watch Clash of the Titans again.
Gosh, what map was this? Nope, it wasn't that one. Oh well, I'm just gonna give you a new one. I can't find the map that it was on.
A new eye!
Or actually, no, I don't need to give you one this time. It's really simple enough. I'm just gonna say that. So your eye moves in there, and you're seeing Kudu as she's ascending. She's going up.
Okay.
And Kudu, you climb these vines skillfully. It's absolutely no challenge for you. And you go up 40 feet, and you can just put your head over like this gap and look into whatever room this is. Do you do that?
Yes.
Okay. So as you look into this new room, the fungal growths are even denser. There's just this thick mat of organic matter all over the place, along the floor, along the ceiling, along the walls. It's so thick that it probably makes for treacherous foot. There's like just these knots everywhere on the ceiling, on the ground. And just like in this room before, there are so many of these like hanging strands of like vines and fungus that you'd be like brushing them away like with every. So you could climb it super awesome if you wanted to. But yeah, just like fungus everywhere. You can give me a perception if you want.
Yeah, I'll take a glance as much as I can. Is that a Pluto? That's a Pluto!
Hey, it's a Pluto. Are you here for fun times?
Hey, what's up? Yeah,
Hi.
I just got home. I just got home like
did?
2 minutes ago.
Oh, cool. Well, get on here, and before Kudu does this thing, we can tell you about what's happening.
Alright.
I'll just say this: gravity is not gravity right now.
The name of this episode is Gravity Falls.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. Wow, you just went there, and now I'm gonna put that theme song on.
Oh man, a 2.
I don't give a shit about gravity. I can just fly, right?
Yeah, no, Fingram hasn't been affected really at all. It's mostly just been Kudu, Cormac, and Gus.
Well, now mostly just Cormac because he doesn't have a fly ability right now.
Hey, but I mean, at least you didn't. What happened to Gus didn't happen to you. Which I mean,
Fuck
tell them,
yeah.
Gus. Tell them what happened to you.
He got GM
Uh,
baited.
Ah.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I see in chat.
He fell into a giant.
He fell up.
He fell
He fell
upward
up.
into a giant pile of refuse.
Oh, okay. So that's pretty gross.
So
Yeah.
like the big room where you guys had the fight. After taking one of the stairways, you guys came to a circular room where, as soon as like you step foot in there, the gravity reversed and chucked Cormac and Kudu up to the ceiling. And with the assistance of the airwalks and flight and stuff like that, you guys all kind of
I at will feather fall, and then I can fly 13 minutes a day or whatever.
yeah. So yeah, you were all there now, and there on the quote unquote ceiling, you found a campsite, an old campsite. The weird part is that it's all right side up, level with you guys. So it almost seemed like you hadn't fallen at all.
Mm-hmm. They're all weirded out, but Kudu's like, whatever. Like, just. I want out of here.
You guys checked out the campsite, and a haunt manifested. Did one of you guys tell Pluto about the haunt? Because I think it was pretty fucking.
Basically,
I'll go with that.
Okay.
you do that. Basically, the haunt consisted of a bunch of things that people that just appeared out of nowhere, and you could physically interact with them, like you could touch them and everything. But one of them starts
They were
convulsing
like a psychic
out of nowhere.
impression, like a really high advanced psychic impression.
Yeah, very powerful. Gus determined that it was a haunt, and then had to purge the spirits 3 times to get rid of it. But each time that he was getting rid of it, the one of the bodies that was convulsing was starting to basically sprout eldritch tentacles out of pretty much every orifice possible. And the rest of the people are just like, oh no, that person's contaminated. We gotta throw that person into the fire. So they do that. And then we all get pulled towards the fire as part of the hunt. And the bonfire explodes, and we take some pretty heavy damage.
My sheep says I'm
And
at full health though, so I'm guessing I got healed.
Yeah, I've been
yeah,
channeled
there's been some
right
channeling.
afterwards. That healed like all the.
Okay. Did I use any spells?
I don't think you have, but
Okay.
No, there hasn't been any. There hasn't been any combat. You've
Just the
used up.
haunts.
You probably used up 2 minutes of your fly ability though.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll mark that.
Gus
off.
is really the only one that's actually really used a lot of his. Not even a lot, but some of his actual spells, and that's just
I'm back.
just to disperse all the
haunts and
spirits and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so basically, after destroying the haunt, you know, things kind of went back to normal. That, and then shortly after that, that's when Gus fell into a pile of refuse.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess I have to re-up my heroism probably at this point because
You might have to, yeah.
I cast it initially before we came in here, but it only lasts for like 2 hours and 10 minutes. So.
Actually, no. I think it's probably still going. I don't think it's been that long.
Well, we had 2. We spent like 15 minutes to prepare spells like twice during that time too. So I know that's cut into a lot of time too. But
I suppose so.
I don't know. If I don't need to cast it yet, I'm gonna have to do it very soon.
I think you guys have only been walking around for like 30 minutes since the fight.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that room with the campsite, there's like a window or like a doorway that leads outside. And outside, looking outside, it's all the way it should be. Like as the building like is still going up. it's not like topsy-turvy. Like since we fell down, I thought like looking outside, you'd think it'd be flipped and like gravity's holding us in the room, but it's all the right side up. And there's a ledge out there. So I sent Cormac was like, all right, Finger, you're testing this gravity out there. And you use your fly hats to like go out, and you determined that we could walk. So we started climbing it's like a staircase or not a staircase, but like a walkway that wraps around, spiral corkscrew up the building.
Mm-hmm.
And about like part of the way up, we come around like the corner of the building, and we're facing the east end of the city. And as soon as we turn that corner, we're facing the west end. Like we completely bypassed facing north. Like it just like flipped us 180
It
to
just
the
said
west
fuck
end.
north.
Yep.
Yeah. And then after that, we like Gus sat there and did like look this way, look that way, look this way, look that way, got like vertigo type of thing.
Yeah.
And we continued on, and we got to this point right here where Kudu climbs up these fungus vines and is looking into the next room.
Yep. There's also one
That's
more
pretty
bit
much
of
all.
a detail I'd like to mention too is, unless you guys did mention the note that
Nope.
you guys found. So after Gus had recovered from the refuse chamber, there was a wad of papers that had stuck to him, and inside of the massive wad there was one legible, and it's actually it's a handout now that you can click on and look at any time within the What Grows Within tab.
Okay.
I read it aloud to the group, but you can peruse it and read it.
Yeah. I can look at it whenever. It's a nice thing too with Roll20. I can just log in. I don't even have to do it. I could do it tomorrow if I really wanted. I can look at it right now though.
The wonderful note.
You know, it's funny though, the whole moment of trying to fly, trying to test out how things work with the gravity and all that stuff. You know, at that point you're just kind of going and saying, "It's time to try defying gravity."
Indeed.
So Kudu rolled a
Yep, a perception.
27 on perception.
So yeah, so you guys are going back into the tower here, and Kudu found a chamber that's just filled with fungus. It's not like the root like tendril like carpels in the other rooms. This is just like it's clearly fungus and like vines all over the place. And as she climbed higher, she sees that this upper room she's poking her head into is even more thickly matted with all of this fungus and plant matter. It's just like a carpet all over the place, and there are so many vines hanging from it. It's like you just be pushing them aside like with every step you take. So Kudu, you roll a perception. And although it was a bad roll, you do have a high bonus, and there is something that stands out to you.
Okay.
You think it's the source of the light.
Okay.
There is a rather conspicuous amount of plant. It looks like fungus, and although it's like buried densely inside of like the wall carpet, it's just giving off this very conspicuous purple glow.
Uh-huh.
And it pulses in a way that you can tell like it's all one piece. And it looks a lot different from everything else in here. Like it's its own like patch or
so it's not like an item to grab.
I mean, you could grab the fungus if you wanted to.
No.
Not from your distance. It's actually like
That's not a
it's
big deal.
about 25 feet away. It's on the wall.
Does it look like it's like I can I will. Sorry, I have hiccups. I've like just been battling that for a minute or two here. Okay, basic telekinesis. I try to mage hand some of it. Up to 5 pounds per.
Okay.
Per 5 pounds per 2 levels.
All right. You begin to do that, and Gus, your eye, you're still looking up at Kudu. I don't think your eye has any actual way to fly. I don't think it can go up where she is. If there was like some kind of ramp, it could go up it, but it can't just like fly. Right? Because like how I think like arcane eye like things work is it kind of hovers like above the ground.
Well, he has full free control of the flying ability on it.
Oh, does it? Oh, so
Yeah.
it can fly.
It is it is flying.
Okay, so if that's how your thing works, then do you want it to go up where?
Yeah.
Okay. It goes up there, and of course Kudu doesn't see it because it's invisible. And you look around with the eye, and you're seeing what Kudu is seeing. This room where it's just like a thick mat of plant and fungus stuff. And you see her; she's extending like an arm a little bit. She's doing something. And your eye looks in that direction, and you also see this very conspicuous, glowing purple fungus on the wall.
What is this?
And Kudu, you try to like telekinetically like kind of bring some of it over, and you can feel your telekinesis like working on it. Like you almost feel like you've grabbed hold of it with your mind, but you're not strong enough to pull some of it over. And in fact, when you act on it, it like the whole patch of fungus like begins to like throb and undulate. And to you, either your surprise, shock, or even horror, like it begins to like the whole thing begins to slither across like the wall, like away from
that is
your
disgusting.
force. Do you do anything, Kudu?
I guess I stopped mage handing it and I climb back down.
Okay. You climb back down. Quickly, I guess. Gus, does your eye do anything up there?
He keeps the eye up there, but he's gonna look and see if there's anything else particularly that he can see. Bear in mind he does have see invisibility and tremor sense up, or
Okay.
no,
Give me
not tremor sense. Blind sense, I think it was.
Do you have blind sense?
Double checking. Yeah, I have blind sense. 60 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me your perception. And Kudu, what do you do once you get down?
I tell everybody that well, I only see fungus. No real way in other than through fungus.
I mean, I'm definitely very fun, but I'm not up there. Well, maybe actually, no, I am. Never mind. How can you see me?
Gus, you're looking around, and yeah, you see this like patch of purple glowing fungus. It moves almost like as if it like were a creep. It slithers along the walls. moving like up the ceiling, kind of like shifting its position every once in a while, like as if it was like searching. But you also notice two other things here. And you said that you do have blind sense?
I do.
Out to how much feet?
60.
Okay. Then you're able to detect the presence. There are two other things here, apart from each other, on the walls, and as you look, it's very difficult to find them because there's just so much like hanging vegetation. But you do see that there are these very large, like like fly trappy looking things that are buried deep and hiding in the wall of fungus.
Interesting.
He breaks the concentration to return to his vision, and then goes and says,
I set my eye up there, and I was able to see that strange fungi-looking thing, but there are two other things of note, and I'm not sure if you noticed it, Kudu. There's two kind of buried. Best way to describe it is like kind of like a Venus flytrap. But massive in size. They're hiding within the fungus itself. It looks like that they, based off of its just like general, the way it was, I don't know how to describe it, but if it's hiding, then it means it may be able to sprout out and snap at anything that crosses the path. As such, if we do continue onward, I may actually have to take point and keep you, all of you, from actually accidentally getting near it. At the same time, I'll need cover.
Okay. And does Kudu tell them anything else about what she saw?
No, I tell them everything I saw.
Okay, so you tell them that you saw like there's just all fungus up there, right?
Right, it's all fungus. Like, we're gonna have
And
to
that
go through
like
fungus. No
the
matter
purple
what.
fungus moved.
Right, the purple fungus moved.
Okay, it wasn't
Also
just
she
there.
also said that
Was
there's
it?
no like discernible door or like passage. I'm guessing.
I couldn't tell there was so much vines, and I got freaked out. So I came back to tell you.
You need me to go in and take a look around?
Are you immune to fungus?
I don't think any of us are. But
Well, I think we all need to go. So, unless
it
there's an
seems like
alternate
it may
way.
be the only path. Tell you what, though, let me go ahead and scout a little bit around further, and I'll see if I can find at least the next section we need to go to, and see if we can find a easy path to get there. At least then we won't be able to walk around this entire fungal labyrinth blindly.
he goes and focuses back on the eye again,
Okay.
and he starts scouting around to see if in that fungal room, if there's any other exits or any other paths to take in there, and if there's any other threats as he's scouting around.
Okay. I will say this actually. I didn't remember this, but Kudu, you would have been able to see this. That you did see a pair of double doors.
Okay.
They're just heavily like matted over with the plant and fungus matter, but you could clearly make out that there are doors there. It's just like stuff has grown over them.
Okay, I'd point that out for sure.
Okay. And Gus, you still send your thing up there, right?
Yep.
Okay, you do that. Your eyeball goes back up. Looking around. You can give me another perception check if you want. Oh, is that a new one? Or is that the old one? 36 is the old one, right?
36 is the old one, yeah.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me a new one.
He'll add his he'll go and add his thing on there as well and spin a focus for it to add the 6.
Okay. You do that. You
Roll 20
spend
is not happy
a
with
decent
it.
little amount of time there. Yeah, I know.
It's
being-
not happy.
It hasn't been happy all day.
You spend a decent amount of time up there. It might be like a very tense few minutes that you're doing this because you're checking all around the room with the eye, and eventually you do find that one of these walls of fungus is more like just a really thick screen. You find like a little patch where the fungus isn't covering everything up, and you see beyond it looks like there's more room, like it's just kind of grown to cover up this part of it, and you see a staircase that goes up.
Looks like some of this fungus is actually just a giant wall, like a screen of fungus that's blocking out a stairwell. This is some strange circumstances.
He's gonna see if he can try to go through the that little opening through the fungus.
As small as your little eye is, like 1 inch in diameter, it's unable to get through the dense screen of.
Is it stuck?
It doesn't get quite stuck, but it's just like so like thin strands like interwoven with each other. It just can't get past.
I can't get through it, but it's just too much fungal fibers of sorts.
Yeah, so unless we find an alternate entrance, we're going through fungus.
As far as I'm concerned, yes. Do we have a way to destroy the fungus effectively?
I can take care of us when we get through, but some of you might not feel so good doing it.
Cormac says he'll be able to clear away the fungus by the exit.
Does anyone have a
Get there.
means to remove a disease?
Yes.
No, I don't have that.
Said I can take care of it once we get through. But some of you
No,
are going to
no,
be
no.
uncomfortable.
What I mean, in this case, I've heard applications of removing disease typically taking care of certain fungal circumstances. What I'm thinking is that potentially using the remove disease spell would actually potentially destroy fungi.
I think
No, I have a mercy, so I don't think what you were thinking it works.
Oh. Yeah.
Because it works with my lay on hands ability, so it's not like I'm casting remove disease spell. I'm just removing disease when I lay on hands.
Yeah, I'm more looking for the spell, but if none of us have that, then, well, it was an idea.
I do have access to it. I don't have it prepared, though.
Also, I don't think it works that way out of game. Like, I don't think you can attack the fungus with remove disease and have it do anything, so.
Yeah, it depends on each system. I remember older versions, all fungi were vulnerable to remove disease, and it would kill it instantly, no matter how big or how massive it is.
Not Pathfinder.
Yeah,
Everything has its
I
own
think
little
Pathfinder
thing,
was a little weird on it. I think Fifth had brought it back, where you can kill fungus with. Oh wait, no, they didn't have remove disease in Fifth. I forgot they got rid of it. They had other means to remove it. I think it was Greater Restoration instead.
I mean, some spells do say that they do it.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, how will you guys proceed?
So if you guys have any, like, buffs that you can do to bring your fortitude up, I don't know moving fungus attacks, but I do know that you're gonna touch something.
I mean, I already have heroism. I think that's it for me.
Well,
Luckily, this thing can't grapple me if it needs to, so.
I might still have grease on. No, grease probably wore off by now.
I'll be
I
fine myself, I'm sure.
I could Pearl of Power the grease back though and recast it on myself if I need to. I'm gonna Pearl of Power it back right now, in case I need to cast. Use my first level Pearl of Power.
I'm gonna have to do this
I could also
old-fashioned
fit
way.
15 minutes, but I don't want to do that because I still have my first heroism ticking down right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way and try to get through this on foot. This is even more disgusting than before.
Yay, plants.
What do we do with the guy, by the way, that
We just
from
left
the end of
him.
last session? We just left him behind.
You, well, Jane and I think like one other person that had been Gus or maybe actually Kudu. Somebody gave him food.
did. I
It was
tried
good
to
to
give
get
him food and water, and he ate it and drank it, but then he, like, zoned back out.
I think he had a fungal infection of some sort.
Yeah,
Probably
he's-
the same thing that the other three guys we fought had, just at an
Well-
earlier stage.
well,
he
funny
has
that
no
you
sense
mentioned
of
that.
urgency to, like, yeah, he doesn't.
That's
Yeah,
what that note that we found kind of mentioned something like that.
It's funny that you mentioned that because Jane heal checked him last session and just a while ago in game, and she got a pretty decent roll. But she says that there doesn't seem to be anything physically wrong with him. There's no kind of like injury or other kind of like physical sickness. He just seems like something's mentally wrong with him.
Of course. Alright. I'm ready to go. There's some double doors. Who wants to
Okay.
lead the way?
Yeah, how are we doing this? You tell me. You can start moving your characters here.
Well, first, Cormac's gonna have to figure out how he's gonna climb up. Everybody else could just fly up there with the Windwalk or the Fly Hex. Cormac, I guess, is gonna start climbing up.
Okay. I'm gonna put you guys in here then. Into this room for now.
Gus's eye is going to be kind of closer to the center of the area.
Okay. So Gus, are you staying down here where you are, or are you going up there?
He's going to be at the bottom of the vines, ready to climb up at and such. But
Okay.
for the moment, he's not going up them. He's actually using his sight to identify, so he can keep an eye on where all the hazards are, and then that way he can warn accordingly, safe from a safe distance.
Then Kaklatath will stay down here with you. And I guess Jane will go up with them. So, yeah, if you wish to fly up there, you can. I will actually say that it's kind of difficult. It's not impossible, or there's like no major penalty, but there is a penalty to flight here because it's so dense with the vines hanging down. But it's easy to climb.
I guess since I'm a climbing expert, maybe I'll lead the way so that they can see like what vines I'm grabbing onto and how I'm doing it.
Okay. So yeah, Kudu goes up first. Who follows her?
Cormac will.
Yeah, Cormac does, I assume.
Yeah.
Kuda's just being a
Okay.
show off.
And then I'll follow next, I guess.
Okay, so Kudu, Cormac, Fingrim, and the Jind. Okay. I'm gonna move you guys up here. I'm gonna also move Gus's token. You're not in this room, but that way you have sight.
Yeah.
Oh, can you ping me over to it?
Yeah, I will.
I'm lost. I'm a lost soul. Yay. Oh, vines. Vines are...
God, roll 20 is just
Yeah, it's chugging.
Okay.
It is chugging.
It's not happy.
Chugga 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 chugga. Boo boo.
I'm gonna chug even more here.
Meanwhile,
So,
I'll
yeah.
just go and chug some water.
Yep. You guys get up there.
I bought orange Fanta, so I'm just like, oh, no.
You guys get up here. And you see on the, like I said before to Kudu and Gus, like, this is quite conspicuous.
Mhm.
You guys see this, like, almost like caterpillar-like patch of fungus, like, crawling up on the ceiling.
Weird, I didn't see that before.
Over
right?
here.
Not
No,
that.
you did.
No,
That's
that
what
was
you
the
saw.
purple thing.
Oh, okay.
It's yellow on the token, but it's actually purple.
Gotcha, okay.
No, that's what you saw. It's crawling around up on the,
Like, see there,
the ceiling.
that thing. Like, I don't know, man.
You hear Gus yell up,
I'd be cautious of it if I were you. That
And he hands you
fungus is very strange.
I want to roll a knowledge nature on that.
hold on for a moment.
Oh, okay.
As you guys all get up there, and it's crawling around, it starts to pulse and undulate.
Well, that still might be natural. Let's wait and see.
And you guys start feeling a really weird sensation. It's like a pressure, like, in your head, and it's just getting stronger, and it's like kind of like pounding in your skull in time with this thing's pulsing. And I need everybody to roll initiatives.
Yay, something to do.
Oh no, it's a disaster.
Maybe. We'll
Things
see.
are happening and stuff.
It can't be any worse than that first fight, right?
No, of course not.
That's a good
I'm gonna
start.
use my ability. Myself.
That was a nat 1 on my initiative roll. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I started
Alright.
today with just like random perceptions, 2 20s in a row. Didn't even need
Yeah.
them, but you know.
Ingram doesn't need perception.
I didn't even ask you for the possession.
Yeah, and then I was just like, oh,
Right.
goodbye 20s.
I don't want to go
Initiative.
first. I want you guys to deal with this combat. Pretend
I
like
need-
I'm not here still.
I need to train you guys to whatchamacallit, to only roll when I tell you to roll.
Oh, damn it. Simon Says.
That's like the two schools of thoughts. You do that, or you just have people roll shit, roll perception checks all the time, right?
I like Mantis. Every sentence you say, sense motive.
Yeah.
I think the only time I really rolled when I was not asked to was with the sift, and that's because the spell actually requires me to roll it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh,
I'm
look at
having a
Kudu.
hard
Just busting
time.
out the 20s again.
If you want
Busting
to
out the
roll
freaking
for me, I can.
freaking 2 nat 1s and a nat 20. Jeez.
Do you want me to roll for you, Cormac?
Yeah, if you get to roll twice and take the better. I just can't. My thing's like frozen. I've refreshed.
The
a couple
7 is
times
your
today.
best one.
What's his bonus? I don't even remember.
Plus
Like 2.
1.
Oh, 1?
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So it's an 8, I guess. Could have done it like this though. That way it doesn't add the dice together.
Yeah. It's frustrating. I've been trying it's been even like bad. I can't even like pull up a sheet.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's. I don't know what's going on with it. It was really bad yesterday too, but I think it's worse today than it was yesterday.
I'm starting to wonder if roll 20 is being DDoS'd.
I don't know,
Maybe.
man.
It'd be a lot worse than this if that was the case. We've experienced that before. It was a nightmare. We all what did we do? We just went to Discord, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. We did. I remember that now.
See, I don't deal with
Like we rolled
DDoS
it.
situations often,
That's why we had
except
the
for Final
bot
Fantasy
in the
14.
Discord channel. Mantis put it in there.
I was trying to get my in-person group for our Discord channel to install like a channel with the bot in there. I'm like, oh, we should get that just in case people want to roll dice outside of session for some reason. Could have people
Yeah,
roll their hit
super
points on
annoying.
there or whatever. Since we've been doing that.
Okay.
Matt,
It
can you
looks like
ping it real
Kudu.
quick?
Oh, yes. Here we go. You there?
Thank you.
Looks like Kudu is going first. Kudu,
What's my
before
trigger?
you
Okay.
before you decide to do something, I need you to roll a will save.
Okay. So what's my stimulation also?
So that feeling in your mind that everyone else is feeling too, that like pounding in your head, it feels like someone is like grabbing your brain.
If this is an aberration, it's 2 more.
Okie dokie.
Wait, hold on. I want to iron will
Okay. Yep. Before the results are given, you can re-roll and take the second, even if it's worse.
because that is terrible. Look at that.
But
There we go.
there's hey, look! It finally worked in your favor. I was gonna say, here comes the one.
No. Don't jinx your players. That's rude.
Yeah. I shouldn't. Anyway, your mental defenses resist this influence or whatever it is. It doesn't seem like it's trying to take control of you. It's hurting your mind directly, and you stave it off for now. The problem is that you still feel it pulling at you, but you're able to act. And this thing, this fungus here, this caterpillar fungus, it's on this wall over here on the map, but think of it more like it's in this square, like on the ceiling. And the ceiling is 30 feet above you guys.
Right. Okay.
So it's more like in the center of the room.
She's not sure if she needs to, like, hurt this thing yet or not. That's a strange feeling for sure, but, I don't know. Nothing really came of it. I'm gonna move to the double doors and check them out. With a perception. And then when you guys are all like getting stabbed in the back by something, she's gonna open them. No, I'm kidding.
And just bring more reinforcements in.
That's
Yes.
the correct way to play Pathfinder is you do the entire dungeon on a single initiative roll.
Yeah. Uh-oh, who we lose?
It happens. It happens.
Sin. I was reading about somebody that did that because they want to they do it on purpose though, because they're like, we need to maintain our buffs, so like they just play the entire dungeon on they leave the entire dungeon in rounds, and I'm like, that sounds terrible.
It is.
Sounds like you don't get enough spells, and you need to play a different game.
Kudu, you go over towards the doors. You check them out.
Dungeons.
You don't think these doors are like, you don't see any kind of locking mechanism on them. They're just there, like you could push or pull them open.
Okay.
The problem is that there's all this fungus and stuff on them. You think if you could just clear it away, you could open these doors.
Okay. Then that's my turn, and I'll be turning my head to look back at the group.
Haha.
I don't believe it. It beat everyone else on initiative. How did this happen?
I know I could have one-shot killed it, but I didn't have a reason to.
It's even better than that,
Probably
actually.
It has a freaking 8
modifier
modifier
to
to
initiative.
initiative. That's crazy.
It's a good thing, Kudu, that you rolled perception by these doors.
Oh yeah.
Because as you're in right after you examine the doors and you turn back to your allies, that lingering cat's eye here also spots something, and you will not be flat-footed against it.
Oh, cool.
You see,
it's
right
probably
next to you,
the fly trap.
yeah, there's like a portion of the wall that's starting to look like a mouth. And lightning quick, it like lashes out at you and tries to like clap you, but you noticed it just in the nick of time, and you're not flat-footed against it.
Yeah, it's still probably gonna hit you.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that one.
An 18 that doesn't hit you, right?
No.
Okay. There you go. It worked. We did it.
Oh, hold on.
That's the fly trap I was telling you about.
In addition to the mouth, there are these other tendrils of plant matter that come to try and swipe at you.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think a 19 doesn't hit you, and the other tentacle is a critical miss.
Cool.
It tries to get you, but you're quick, you're dodgy, and you're evasive. Alright, this thing's the caterpillar fungus's turn.
I'm like, whoa, I can't believe I didn't see that before. It's huge.
Yeah, the mouth.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. Who's closest to it? Technically, I think it's yeah, so Fingram. It like undulates a bit, and like you see that it becomes vacuous for a second. Let's see these little pores opening up on it, and it releases spores, and it like shoots them at you.
Okay.
Oh boy. Okay. A 31 probably touches you, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it
The
does.
best part is that was its confirm.
So it crit me. Cool.
It crit you.
Does it do like actual damage, or is it like ability damage?
Oh, you will see.
Crit ability damage is
Stop being
probably pretty
excited
bad.
over our own torment.
You take 6 points of damage.
Oh, okay, that's not very much.
It's so deadly.
So deadly.
I don't know why I showed up. If this is what's gonna happen to me.
It's like that, like.
Yeah. Is there a save I have to make or anything like that?
Nope. You just
Oh.
take 6 points of damage. It's
All right. Weird.
as these spores like hit you, it's not even like a physical kind of pain, it's a mental kind of pain. It
So I
kind of
guess
like
attack isn't even really like
stings your mind a little.
probably more I think that's where the weird every turn will save things coming from. So that's probably the dangerous part about it.
That's
not
what it
actual
does.
attack. All right.
All right. Before Gus acts here, let's see. Let me roll a dice. Okay, it wants Cormac. From the wall, the fungus. The other one shows up and it tries to clap Cormac.
Wow.
Now, you are flat-footed against this.
Uh-oh. I think most of Cormac's AC is works flat-footed though. It's mostly armor.
That's
I'm
true.
literally. I have
However,
1 point that's not AC.
I don't think you beat a 19 on the die here.
Yeah, my AC
It's
is
over
126
30
right now.
Yeah, probably not.
You're gonna take some damage here from the bite.
And you're probably going to be glued to it.
Take
He's got
16
freedom
points of
of
damage.
He's got freedom of movement. He's fine.
That's
Oh
true.
yeah. Do you have freedom of movement on you?
Yep.
Yeah, it like tries to grab him and like close around him, but yeah, he like easily like wiggles free. And then it's gonna send 2 tentacles at you. Does a 23 beat your AC?
No, it does not.
Okay. Then how about a 25?
Nope.
Okay. You get hit with 1 tentacle. That is an auto hit, but it did not crit you.
Okay.
The tentacle lashes out against you, and it's like this thorny, these little fiber sharp thorns that whoosh against.
All right.
Gus, your eye is giving you all this information. What do you do, or do you?
Huh. You know what? Let me see what is an option here. Can Gus identify anything off of the? Let's start with the caterpillar fungus.
Okay, that's fair. Give me a knowledge. Give me a knowledge nature. Oh, didn't Kudu say she wanted to do that too?
Yeah.
Secret, why don't you roll me a knowledge nature as well?
Okay. Yeah, I forgot when it became my turn. Alright, let's see. Shoot.
Oof. Unfortunately,
Drench
all those
might...
are
I don't remember if he has nature.
some low rolls.
No, Drench doesn't have nature. Okay. Yeah, that's...
Unfortunately, with rolls, with those numbers, I cannot give you guys any information aside from it seems to be a plant creature. All you know is that it has
it's
plant traits.
natural.
You probably can't
Yeah.
stun it. Yeah.
Knowing that, since it's his turn, what type of we're dealing with what stone for the most part as the general wall and surface material that we're dealing with here.
Underneath all of the fungus and plant
Underneath
stuff,
all that,
there
yeah.
should be stone. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and even like the ground here, it's like this thick carpet of fungus.
Let's see. I'm checking something here that to see on how well this will work. Because I got two things I can probably summon up, and I need to figure out which is going to be. Actually, three things. I'm just trying to figure out what's going to be more effective in this circumstance. What he's thinking, for the most part, is summoning either a elemental or summoning up a salamander. And he's got two choices for elementals, one being magma and the other being fire.
Okay, I will say, if you want to, it's up to you. Would you want some of that right now, or perhaps delay it until the others kind of choose positions here, because it is kind of tight.
I'm going to have a little bit of fun with this. I am going to summon up a large magma elemental that is going to be kind of close, like relatively close to the can he summon it in within this room, or is he going to have to because since he's at the bottom of this pit side?
Well, you'll have to stop your concentration on the eye in order to cast.
Understandable. So therefore, let's say he has to summon it down there and then have it go up, right?
Well, you can summon it, I guess, on the edge here.
Okay. The next question I have is, how high up from where Gus is the this next level essentially? So how high was that vine wall?
Sorry, what do you mean?
Okay, so from where Gus is standing, which is at the bottom of that vine wall, how much of a climb was that to get to where everyone else is?
It's 40 feet up.
40 feet. Okay. All right. So what Gus is going to do is he's going to go ahead and summon the magma elemental to the edge over to here.
Okay.
And then he is going to let me know when you're ready.
Well, if it's gonna be, how big is?
It's a large creature.
Okay. Is it gonna be in range to attack something? Because if it is, then go ahead and roll the attacks while I get this.
It's going to be doing something different.
Okay. I'm just trying to speed this up.
Yeah. So basically, just as a this will work. So basically, this thing is going to try to earth glide through here. Yes, there will be provokes of attack of opportunity, which is perfectly fine. But going to earth glide through and is going to go ahead and try to hold on. Let me see something on this. Actually, you know what? That makes me wonder here because that still is a because I didn't roll the 1d3. It's 1. Okay. Well, that solidifies that. Basically, is going to just intentionally try to get try to grapple with this thing.
Okay.
I'm also not
it's
sure
gonna have
if
to-
this. Huh?
It's gonna have to move for a turn. But is that your?
It's gonna have to move for a turn
Yeah.
in order to grapple it, or just to move over to there, and earth glide.
If it's gonna move into the earth, it's gonna have to like get through the fungus, and I imagine it could just like burn its way through, and then it has to move.
Yeah, it's gonna be trying to go for the roots.
But yeah, it'll be one more round before it can do.
Okay. I'm not sure if how you want to handle it with when it goes through the earth and everything, trying to get over to like backside area and such. But
No, it's okay. I got it in my head.
Okay, yeah, but yeah, it's going to be trying to burn it from the inside out, and that is pretty much Gus's turn.
Okay, Cormac.
Cormac is going to flame strike, and I've pretty much figured out, like from that square centered on this square right here.
Okay.
And it'll hit the yellow fungus and the one to the bottom to the south.
Okay, yeah, that looks good.
Should be clear.
What's your DC?
You have to make a concentration check?
Oh, that was the other thing. He's gonna 5 foot back and move
Behind
back
me.
to little behind Jane, kind of, because he can move. He'll move behind Jane and stand over there.
Well, the thing here is that this is a hole. Do you have any way to get? How are you gonna get over
There's a little.
here?
Isn't there a little? Isn't there a path to the left of them?
You could
You mean
go
around the fungus?
Can you? Yeah, go along the wall to the left, basically.
You could move over here, but you can't 5 foot.
That's what I meant. I meant move.
Okay.
Not 5 footing. I originally said 5 foot, but then I realized there was the hole. So I'm gonna move over there, and then cast Flame Strike.
Over
and it's
here
a DC
behind
20.
Jane.
So
Yeah.
provoke probably moving, huh?
Yeah, it'll try to bite you.
Okay.
31. That bites you.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Ouch! Bites you for 20 points.
All right.
And now it has to save, or both of them do. Okay.
Reflex 20.
Okay. It looks like they both fail.
All right. Here comes
Roll your damage.
the damage. Not 20. Not 13 d20s.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
13 d20s, that'd be pretty good.
All right. Not bad.
That's his turn.
Yeah, it looks like the fireworks on it.
Yes, it does.
On both of them, or just the... Okay, cool. That is good to know.
Oh, Cormac, give me a caster level.
Oh, no.
I have a improved.
no.
I have spell pen too now.
Spell pen, yeah.
That's good.
It's level and then +2 for spell pen.
All right, great. Your spell goes off and affects both of them. Affects the caterpillary fungus. It looks like it's pretty durable despite it being so small. This big old like fly trap looking thing though is it burns that thing horribly. Like it's actually weak to the fire, and it is heavily wounded. All right, is that your turn?
Yes, sir.
Oh, and before I forget, give me a will save.
Yep.
Can't forget these will saves. $23.
It's a 22.
22. Okay. All right. Well, in that case, you're gonna take some damage.
Oh, very good.
You take 2 points of intelligence damage.
Gross.
Yay!
There is something that racks your mind. All right. For Jane, she's going to move back 5 feet, and she's going to shoot this thing with her gun. The bottom one. Hiya. 2 attacks. 15 touch. That touches. She does damage to it twice. Is it still up? Yes. And she will roll a will save.
Ugh, I don't like my odds for this will save.
So actually, oh, she saves. Actually, should have gone first, but she's fine. All right, Fingram, let's start with you, and this should happen actually at the beginning of your turn. Give me a will save.
Yeah, it actually matters for me because I'm in. So,
Yeah, that's the horrible part.
plus only 12, unless it's considered a compulsion or charm effect, or if this is an aberration. I don't think either. It's either of those. So, yep.
Ouch. It's damaging your mind. 3 points of intelligence damage.
Yeah, let me get that on there. Now I'll weaken all my saving throws and fun concentration checks, fun stuff like that.
It's an anti-wizard caster thing.
Yeah. But I can still attack just fine, mostly. I mean,
Yep.
I'm not gonna be able to use the arcane accuracy anyway, because I gotta enhance my weapon probably here. So let's see. This thing's pretty badly hurt already. I'm going to... I think I auto-succeed on defensive casting level 2 spells, even with the damage on.
Oh, you sure do.
So I'm going to cast... I'm going to use my arcane pool to give myself the haste, or the speed property on my weapon, and... I think I'm going to upgrade my flaming property on it to flaming burst. In case I get lucky.
Okay.
And then
Sounds
I'm
good.
gonna cast. I'm gonna do spell combat, and I'm gonna cast elemental touch. to do some fire damage because it looked like the fire damaged this thing really good. So I'm just gonna double up on that.
Mr. Made of Fire is coming for the other one too.
First attack, the free attack from casting Elemental Touch.
Okay.
22 probably doesn't hit.
22 actually does hit.
Oh, okay. Maybe I was overthinking this. So let's see, a D8 of physical damage plus 7 plus a D6 of fire plus another D6 of fire. So 2D6 of fire. And then I think there's also an effect from Elemental Touch to potentially set it on fire. So the 2d6 at the end are both fire, so it's 6 fire damage.
6 fire damage? Okay.
Let me double check what the effect, the kicker effect for Elemental Touch Fire is. I think it's... it just says you may cause targets to catch on fire. I assume that's just a reflex save to avoid that, but
yeah.
I'm going to keep hitting them anyway, so we can resolve that later.
Okay.
Like that's not going to matter yet. Okay. All right.
Roll.
Next, my first iterative attack then. That one probably misses.
Yes, that misses.
All right, a haste attack.
That hits.
So 9 fire damage, 13 physical damage, slashing.
Okay. Your blade hacks through it and even incinerates its mouth. You sever the bottom half of the jaw with the top half, and it writhes and lets out this weird hissing sound as it sizzles, and its parts kind of slump and slosh to the ground, and it's dead.
It's one thing handled. I still have 11 charges on that Elemental Touch too, so.
Okay. Do you do anything else?
Nope, I 5-foot stepped, so that's all I can do.
We're finally back to Kudu. What do you do?
Do you have to do the will save again, or is that just...
Oh, yes, Kudu, give me another will save.
Oh man, is this a forever saving?
Constant. It's
No.
it's an aura.
We have to kill the caterpillar thing, otherwise this is going to hit us every turn.
It's the deadliest thing.
I might drop it next round.
I am going to use one of my stored energy and burn myself once to power up and boost a telekinetic blast. So I'm going to take like whatever plant foliage there is and like whip chuck at it.
Okay. And 22 is your will save?
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately that's just shy, and you take 2 points of intelligence damage. The aura is like pulling on your mind, your brain. It's squeezing.
Let's see.
That could be a ranged attack against that thing too in melee. Or do you have like a thing that lets you do it as a melee attack now?
No, it doesn't. I'm gonna have to move. Well, I think no matter what, I'm gonna
provoke either way.
Provoke, yeah. I'm just gonna risk it. Okay, let me get that intelligence damage on me.
Fortunately, that doesn't affect you too much, but on the other hand...
So this is against AC of that little guy.
Ooh, 28 against the little mind fungus.
Yeah.
Alright, well, it's gonna have to use resources, but It's gonna do it. Is that the touch one or the AC?
The AC.
Okay. As an immediate action, it does something.
Uh-huh.
There's like it violently convulses. And like parts of like the surrounding fungus and plant matter are telekinetically moved in front of the blast, and it affords it enough deflection to hide it
We're
and shield
vining
it from your
off.
blow.
Is that what's happening? Because I was like using all
Yes.
the vines. Okay.
It appears to be able to also telekinetically manipulate its environment, and it used an
Okay.
immediate action to give itself a deflection bonus, and it was enough to make the difference between the attack.
I'm starting to wonder if I should have said that magma elemental is to just grab that thing and then just rip it under the ground.
I mean, I could just fly up there.
Alright, well, that's what I do. Drench will stay down below waiting.
The thing near you, it makes an attack of opportunity, but does a 22
No.
Kudu? Okay, yeah, it snaps and it misses. This thing's turn. It's gonna keep trying to snap at you, Kudu. Oof, that one's probably gonna hit. That's a 33.
I'm gonna black cat that.
Okay,
So
that's
is
gonna
that-
reroll.
Yeah, there we go.
So the -4 penalty. Okay. Yeah. 20. That misses you.
Misses. I'm running out of luck, guys.
And it's gonna try 2 vine whips, 2 tentacle attacks at you, but I think a 19 isn't enough to hit you.
I feel like the vines
Okay, so
are
the other 2 hit. They miss.
so they feel like they're lower. I think
Yeah,
even if you
it's
get
a much
hit by them,
lower
it's
one.
not as bad.
The bite is the bigger hit, but yep, it missed. The black cat got value.
This thing's an evil bell sprout.
All right, this thing's
You mean
turn.
just a bell sprout?
Yeah.
It's like it moves across, or no, it's gonna stay where it is, but it turns its attention towards someone else who heard it very. Cormac, I need you to give me a will save at the beginning of your turn, and then another will save.
We'll say right now.
Yes. Okay. You do not take any intelligence damage. But however, I need you to give me another will save, as it starts to twist into a weird motion, and then it goes completely straight and points at you, Cormac. All right, you're gonna take some damage. Holy shit!
Holy crap! I am
Damn!
not down, but shit. That's the lowest. That's the lowest my health has been in a long ass time.
That is a
Because
shit ton of damage.
Yeah, that was a shit ton.
Probably taking a
But
turn off.
It uses a lot of its mental energy, and it thrusts this large amount of force into your you take that much damage, and you are fatigued for 1 round.
All right. Yeah, fatigued.
And this one's dead.
Fatigue's like nothing
Gus,
for him.
your elemental is gonna go and try and grab this thing now.
Yep.
I'll go ahead and roll that. Against its CMD. CMD is pretty good. It's tussling with it on the other end, and it's trying to get a hold on it, but it's struggling right now. It needs to roll high.
Does
But
it
what
need
about
to-
you do?
Is it at least touching?
Well, it's next to it.
Okay. I was just only asking just in case of burn. In fact, let me check something on that burn. Okay. So, Gus is going to It doesn't really have much that can help for this type of circumstance, but okay, so he's gonna hold action.
Okay. Cormac.
He damn.
Do you still
I
have to
really
do that
wanna
one
heal
for the beginning of
myself.
the turn too? Is that still a thing?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Give me that. We'll save.
Pluto, the player killer.
I know, I can't help it.
It's all good.
Ah. You take 2 more
We're
points
just
of
gonna have to do
intelligence
some
damage.
lesser restorations after this. Do we have a wand in this campaign of the lesser restoration? I
Well,
can't remember.
luckily we no we do not.
Thinking
But
the
we can enter the dream world. If we enter the dream world the next day, I can prepare it or do
That's
stuff.
true, but I don't know if entering the dream world is something we want to do here.
Yeah, that's true. He looks at Jane and he says, "Keep me alive."
All right, she can do that.
And
She'll try.
he's gonna cast a spell at that thing and do payback. Basically, he's gonna
Okay.
cast disintegrate.
Uh-oh.
He's gonna try to disintegrate this thing. It needs to give me I think a fortitude.
But you got to hit it first. It's a ranged touch attack.
Touch attack.
Just let me get to that.
You have to hit it. But that means it can crit.
That's true. Like I said, one of the like really crazy cheese things that I want to do sometime is try like a throwing magus with named bullet on a dagger, and you can
And
disintegrate.
that's
You know,
against
as
its touch too.
since it's been its turn again, it's going to spend another immediate action to give itself a deflection bonus, and it raises fungus against it. But your attack is good enough that even its plus to its lower touch can't defend it this time.
I still have to roll a caster level check though, right?
Yes, give me a cast level check now.
It's a lot of dice rolling here. Uh-oh.
Oh!
That's probably not high enough.
Is that the total?
Yeah, that's the total.
I so wanted this to succeed too.
That's why I like destruction better, because I don't have to roll shit.
It
I
hits
don't have to
it,
roll it.
and
It still
unfortunately the
does
spell
damage.
fizzles. But like, you see this thing like it like compresses itself like a sponge or something. Like it's very afraid. Like it knows what you.
All right.
Is that your turn?
I mean, yeah, it's his turn. Actually, yeah, because I can't just jump down. If I was like, I could flee, but he told Jay keep him alive, so.
All right, yeah, she's gonna lay on hands you.
Of course, I had to write a freaking 5 for that.
Oh, she got a good one. 14. And she reloads her gun. Finger.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do anything to stop it from trying to do its thing next turn. So other than like try to do damage to it, but I don't think it's taking enough damage.
Well, luckily Kudu can also, if she gets to me, breath life me in time. Hopefully,
Theoretically,
if it decides to go after, I mean, it probably will go after me, but whatever.
I would have used, like, I flew up even though there was like vines and such, I probably flew up the thing. So I already have that on at least, which is nice. And this thing's up on the ceiling, but I could just fly up to it and attack it, right?
Oh, but guess what? You have to give me a will save.
Oh yeah. Conveniently, I
Jane does
forgot
too.
about it when it was.
Oh,
my
she
turn.
takes damage. She
That-
takes 1.
I promise that was just a coincidence. I failed it too.
Oh no. This
I
is
don't-
how I killed the party.
I don't think any of us have made this save yet.
Yeah, some of you guys have.
No, I
Shit,
guess
it keeps going after you
Kudu
so
made
hard,
it.
though.
Why does it always hit me for 3? Alright, well, I've taken 6 int damage. That's awesome. I think I might actually have, like, not access to some of my spells now. No, actually, damage doesn't do that. The just drain does, right? I think I still can. Yeah, I can still cast all my spells. The DCs I think are lower, but man, that's rough. All right, well, I'm still gonna fly up and attack him because, like, what else am I gonna do?
Okie dokie.
I'm
Give
only
me your attacks.
You only get 1 attack because I have to fly up a few feet to get to him. Probably
Mhm.
he's like over here or something, right?
Yeah, he's in the middle.
Oh god, why did I try to do this? I should have just left my character's token where he was and just been like, I moved too. I'm in the middle as well. We're just neither of our tokens are where we are. All right.
That'll hit.
So it's 3 fire damage. Oh, sorry, 1 more damage than that because I'm wielding it two-handed because I didn't have to cast a spell. So, or 2 more damage. No, 1 more damage. 1 more physical damage than that.
Okay.
And then also, I guess the reflex will be based on what it was when I cast the spell, though. So it's gonna still be
Cast level check.
off of. Oh yeah, I have to roll a cast. No, this is spell resistance. No.
Okay.
So I don't have to worry about it.
Alright. It avoids catching on fire.
Okay.
Kudu.
Same thing, but I have to will save, right?
Yep, we'll save at the beginning. That aura. This is the aura of suck.
Eh? What?
The only good thing is that this doesn't target wisdom, so it doesn't lower your will save.
Yeah.
You take 3 points of intelligence
It doesn't get
damage.
like harder and harder as you fail.
Okay, how much? 3?
3 points of intelligence damage. It's siphoning your smarts.
That's probably why I'm attacking in melee. Alright, I'm gonna attack it again.
Okay, give me your attack.
I never did adjust my health. It's 5 and 60.
It does kind of stink is we weren't able to identify this, so we can't like
Yeah.
because it's acting like it has a mind, but we don't like most plants don't, so we can't like attack it with stuff that would affect the mind because we don't know.
Even if it has one, it might be.
I'm gonna use a stored energy to burn, and I'm gonna burn myself once to boost my attack. And so now I'm at. Okay.
I was really hoping for a disintegrate.
I was hoping too.
I don't think this number changed at all. Against
Ooh,
its
25
AC?
against its AC.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it hasn't been its turn yet, so it can't try and thwart your attack, and you hit.
It hasn't had its. Oh, yeah, right, okay. No combat reflex for it. Alright,
That was immediate action. Still, it just gets one of those.
Okay.
Even without it.
Kabam!
Ow!
But I also take an attack of opportunity.
Yep, does a 27 hit you?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, you're gonna take some damage. That's from the bite, and it tries to grapple you.
Of course.
I don't think it actually gets you. Or I don't know, maybe it's just it rolled low, but it's a 27 to. Does that beat your CMD?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, it got you.
That's fine for now.
It got you. You're still there. Okay. On its turn, it's going to maintain the grapple.
Hopefully, it doesn't
And
have
it maintains. Oh, you bet it does.
Great. Hopefully, you have a.
It swallows you.
Eh.
No, it puts
You're
you
gonna
into
take
its
some
little
damage.
pitcher.
Yeah. Hopefully, you have a light slashing weapon you can cut yourself out with, I guess.
All right, you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage and then 8 points of acid damage. And that's its turn. You're delicious.
I'm
On
furry, if it likes furry things.
hey, your flesh underneath all that fuzz.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
It'll just dissolve the fuzz first. Okay, so on its turn, as a full round action, this thing withdraws. It squirms over here into the wall of fungus, and although it's not that fast, it scurries through this curtain of fungus away from you guys.
Alright, well, hopefully we still get XP for it, I guess.
Maybe.
Uh,
Gus, do you want to resume? Actually, I'll roll for your elemental here.
oh, do I get an attack opportunity on it from my beard?
Yes, since it's withdrawing, but you have
Yeah.
more reach on it. So go ahead and
10-foot
go me
reach.
roll.
I mean, it's a lot weaker because I took dex or int damage, but let's try.
Yeah. The elemental grapples the plant.
Hey, look at that! I got a crit.
You did.
28 back that up.
Now the thing that's gonna suck is that neither Gus nor the elemental probably know that kudu is in its mouth.
Oh yeah, it probably doesn't know. It probably doesn't care. But it grapples the plant.
If that 28 backs up my crit, then I deal 10 damage with the beard attack and 6 fire damage from elemental.
This also means that because it grappled, it's also going to inflict the burn.
Yep, I believe that is correct.
So that's going to be 1d6 burn. It's a DC 14. Actually, no. Yeah,
okay,
it's a DC 14.
Your beard does some damage.
16 damage, counting the fire.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's enough to do to down it though. Probably not.
It's not enough to down it.
It runs away. Oh well.
Go ahead and roll me the fire damage, Gus. It saves from catching fire, but yes, it hurts it, and it doesn't like the fire. It's vulnerable.
So what? It takes 6 points instead.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Is that your turn?
Gus is Gus asks,
"How's it going up there?"
It continues to hold, I guess,
okay.
for now.
Cormac, the You don't have to give me a will save.
Yeah, the thing ran away.
The thing has ran away.
But Kudu
It's
got
very
swallowed.
worried.
Kudu got swallowed by this plant.
He is going to. Let's see. Do have Searing Light prepared. He's going to cast Searing Light at that plant. It's a ranged touch. So
Get that plant.
All right, go ahead and roll me the touch. A 14. You know what's great is that even a 14 touches it.
Yes.
Roll me the damage.
Yeah, spell resistance, right?
This one doesn't.
No, it was just the other one that did.
Give me a sec to look up. I forgot what damage it is. I think it's D6 per 2 levels. I know.
I think so.
Out.
I have
D6
a wand
per
of
2
it
levels.
in the dream world.
Takes 1d8 per 2 levels. Yeah, 1d8 per 2 levels. So max.
What if we're sort of in the dream world and we could get our dream items here somehow?
Maybe. Wouldn't that be cool?
That sounds like it might be a possibility.
Maybe.
You did 8 points of damage. That was a low roll.
Oh, wow.
That was an absurdly low roll.
Yeah.
On Jane's turn, she's going to heal you again.
Yep. That's like literally.
Hey, look at her rolls. She's doing real
Almost
great.
That's almost like a min roll.
Heals you for 16. Finger him.
Pretty close to a low roll. So if I want to get near this guy, it's going to provoke. And I don't think I want to do that. So I'm going to stay back here. I can't see the dot. Has it taken much damage yet? Not really, right? It's pretty high health.
Yeah, it's still kind of high health there.
I think I'm just going to pull out the firework wand again.
Uh-oh. Okay.
So what is
Remember,
that?
you do
a D100 or
have,
something like that first?
Roll me a
have
D100
the throwing
first.
axe.
I have the what now?
The throwing axe.
Oh yeah, I have that too. A
But
D100
it's not
first,
as cool
right?
as the one. Yes, D100. Okay.
Alright. And then it's like a D12.
Roll me a D12.
Alright. It's going to use 10 charges.
10 of them.
So let's see. I got to
Uses
mark
the
off
10 charges.
Gonna mark off 10 more charges. So it's down to. I've used like half the charges already. That's
The
funny.
save on that level 1 wand is 11, right? 11 reflex.
Yeah.
Okay. It auto saves, but roll 10d4 points a day. They all just like explode on it. It wildly shoots 10 fireworks at once.
So it takes half 28.
So,
but it's weak to
but it's
fire.
vulnerable.
So it's going to take a little bit more
so
than
14 plus 7 is 21.
that. Alright.
Alright. Ouchies, that hurt.
Shoot a bunch of fireworks at him.
You do notice that the wand is becoming like increasingly like it's like getting more cracks on it as you use it.
I mean, I've used half the charges on it already, so
Yeah.
it's fine. I don't expect to get
Okay,
a lot
is that
of
your
use out
turn?
of it. Yeah. I should have bought
Yeah.
a wand of magic missile. Like, I forgot to look for one again when we were back in Kathir. Oh well.
You're inside of its pitcher thing.
Okay. Huh.
I know you can use light slashing weapons or piercing weapons. I can't remember which it is to get out. I mean, a dagger counts as both, so I know like a dagger works. And like usually when you're
Well,
swallowed, it
my
has like a
blast
stomach
does
DC or AC.
slashing damage. Can I blast inside its stomach?
If it does slashing damage, yes.
Okay. It's the telekinetic, so I guess I'm using his guts to get out its own guts. Or whatever it's
Sure.
blasts or something inside
Yeah.
it.
I mean, it could even just be.
I mean,
like,
you've got stuff on you, like in your bag.
Oh, sure. Oh, rip.
Aw.
Rip.
Yeah. Rip. Alright. On its turn, it does damage to you because you're in its stomach. There's the bludgeoning and there's the acid. It's being grabbed by this burning hot thing. It doesn't like it. It's gonna try to kill it.
it's probably not going to swallow it at least.
How?
Just
So
slap it.
even though it's coming from the wall, it still has to reach out and like its arm is around. So it bites where the arm is coming for it. It can't run from it. Like it has to basically fight it, which sucks for it because it's made of fire. So let's see what's the elemental's AC. 16. Okay, it bites the elemental. It's gonna do some damage. It deals 12 points of damage to it. So apply the DR. And
You said how much? 12?
12, yeah. And it definitely believes this thing is. It's taking full damage from the elemental.
Let's see. That's 60. So half 30, 12 down to okay. So 18.
And then it's gonna whip its tentacles at Fingrim.
Uh-oh.
Oh wow, 2 17s on the dices. Alright. Yeah, 30 and 30.
Yeah, this will hit.
Hits you for 5 and 6. It's flailing around.
Alright.
Gus, roll for your elemental. Natural 20. It keeps it grappled for sure. You know what? It's gonna have it pin.
Yep.
It's gonna have it pin the thing. All these firearms are like, it's got it. It can't do anything except try to break it. And go ahead and roll the burn damage for it.
Hot tamale, hot, hot. 5. Okay. So
Okay, take
7 then.
And it catches on fire now. Now it's looking like it's fucked.
Yep.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, Gus is not really doing much else on his end. He goes
Right.
and just says,
If you need aid, I can go ahead and provide any kind of potions or the like.
Cormac.
Cormac, he channels force into his, he channels force into his greatsword, and he's gonna charge this asshole.
Yeah.
All right,
grappled.
you do that.
I don't
Yeah,
think
it's grappled.
I'm
And,
opportunity.
And I have free of movement, so this underbrush if it was difficult to turn. But he's gonna charge it with the force, power attack, and destructive smite active. So try to finish this thing off. Give me a sec. I'm gonna roll it and then I'll move my character if it lets me.
Oh, is that a crit?
Yep, on the first one, nor the second roll, but
yeah, you only
the
get
first
one
one,
attack
yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it looks like it's a crit. You crit it.
Yeah.
For how much here we took looking at here? 77?
Yeah, it looks like.
Oh boy.
36,
Well,
30 plus
you know what?
17, yeah. 77 damage.
Oh god. I'm sorry, Kudu.
Yeah, I forgot she. Would it
So,
cut into her too?
Because she's in this thing. The way how this thing works, if there's something in its belly, anything that's dealing slashing or piercing damage to it is going to do half the damage against the person in it.
Damn.
They'll probably still be.
That's, I'm fine.
You kill it outright.
How much
you
damage
chop off like the top part, or like you just run it down.
You take 38.
38. Okay.
Yep. But oh yeah, the elemental like has it grappled.
I'm staggered.
It's doing like a Stone Cold Steve Austin thing where like it's got it, and then you just come up with like a chair and just.
I might not have. No, I'm on. Yeah, I'm staggered.
Cormac comes in and like drop kicks it.
I'm not even staggered. I'm unconscious because it's non-lethal. So when it hits 0, I guess I just go unconscious.
Yeah, it dies, and then Kudu comes spilling out of its slashed stuff unconscious.
He will like when he sees Kudu like injured, like he like that moment of like panic sets in. Like he is almost gonna like rage, and then like that, like seeing her hurt by like his own attack, he like does a quick panic. I'm guessing we're out of combat now. Unless
this is the end of combat, and this is also going to be the end of the session. I'm going to give you guys experience.
He instantly burns a 4th level spell to heal Kudu.
Okay, you may do that right now.
Just give me a sec. Let me get the dice up. It's not letting me get the dice.
Okay, well, I think this has been like one of the best encounters in this book for you guys so far.
By XP, you mean?
No, just like how it's run from like my DM's perspective. I really like how they set up this encounter and the choice of monsters, especially the little caterpillar fungus thing. I can't tell you what it is, but when I saw it, I was like, this is a really interesting and cool monster.
Yeah, it was a fun combat.
That thing was pretty interesting.
Like it's small and like kind of disarming, but it is really annoying and dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Kudu is healed for 41 damage.
All right, there you go.
And he'll shake her.
There goes the non-lethal too.
Wake her up.
Well, not
her non-lethal.
Most of it's her burn, so that doesn't get healed.
How much did you do? 41. Okay.
41. You rolled really high on those.
I love how that thing panicked after I cast Disintegrate, even though I didn't have another spell to attack that thing.
It recognized what you were casting. It's intelligent. It's able to identify spells, and it's like, nope.
When Kudu wakes up, she's like, "Mom's garden didn't have plants like these."
Yay! It's a little shop of horrors.
That Disintegrate was originally gonna be like my first move when I got into this encounter, but I was like, I don't want to just like start the encounter with the Disintegrate. And I was like, I want
to. Plants do it. All right.
Yeah. I was just like, I wanna fill out this counter first, and then when it did like all this mind shit, I was like, nope, it's getting disintegrated. Especially after it did a freaking
It's really
51
hard to find
damage.
a balance because so if you're gonna have to use your high level spells, it's actually better to use them early.
Yeah, and after I took that. After I took that 51 damage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
you're always worried if you don't use the ability, like if you use it in a fight where you don't actually need it, then you'll be like, damn, I wish I had that disintegrate in the next fight, you know?
Yeah.
The fortunate thing is that it can only do so much of that because it has its own little resource system it's also using on defense. So it can't just throw out that much damage all the time, but it had enough, and it was like, ew, kill you.
Yeah. What's nice with this character, like, yeah, I like Destruction more. That's my actual 7th level spell, and I get Disintegrate for the Domain. So this is like Domain, I get both. So it kind of helps out, but I also don't like being that character that just like throw those spells out as much as
I mean, it's kind of nice that you can, at least.
Yeah.
And I mean, with an AP, they kind of want you to sometimes.
Yeah. But
they want you to just crap out damage. Alright, good job, guys.
Healed for that much.
Kudu gets healed up. You all gain 10,400 experience for overcoming the haunt and this encounter. Honestly, haunts are like Gus's combat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
That's why
like that.
I was like,
this is Gus's specialty.
I was like, when you asked if Cormac did anything, I was just thinking in my head, Gus has got it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll make sure I like save or roll saves if it comes to it. Like,
I also really like the scouting Kudu was able to do here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that felt nice.
That made it nice.
It was kind of interesting because, like, when I was like, "You try to telekinesis it," like, okay, well, it's not going to work, but I can give you information that it's a living thing, like it's moving around.
Yeah.
I'm glad I was able to make it for at least almost half of the session.
Yeah, you made it for the combat.
Yeah. I wasn't sure how like that dinner would run, but ended up just being like 2 hours.
All right, so
some people left earlier. I was
good job. That was good. The next 2 weeks for the Friday game look good for me. Hopefully they look good for you guys. The 29th, the Friday right after Thanksgiving, I will not be able to run. That's going to be holidays, and I'm spending time with the family.
Yep, that's fair. I don't know exactly what I got going on around that, but I was going to say there's a pretty good chance that I wouldn't be available on that Friday anyway. But